Good morning, good morning. It's the Last Minute Laura Show. Good morning, good morning. Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Good morning. Nice to see you. It's going to be a loud day today because we are going to have people coming in and out of our house because there has been a drama. There is drama afoot in my home right now. That is to say that we currently do not have any heat or hot water because, as you see from the title, we had a gas leak in our home. So that was the worst. It was not an ideal scenario to be in. We have a gas leak. Had a gas leak. Well, the gas has been shut off, so there's no more leak because the gas has been shut off. But if the gas got turned back on, there would be a leak. So, oh my god, the drama of it all. Alex went out for a walk. I had smelled, you know the smell of a gas stove, like that when someone's using a gas stove, the smell that you smell. Well, I smelled that in the house and I was like, we don't have a gas stove. Maybe someone nearby turned on a barbecue. Fine. Ignored it. I opened my window just in case. I opened the window to my office here. I opened our back window and then I went outside and I gardened for a little while. No problem. This was all on Monday, right after the stream. Opened the window, went outside, gardened around for a little while. And then, is my volume too loud, by the way? Is it breaking? I see it keep hitting red. Here, I'll turn it down just a little so that it hits red less often. Anyway, on Monday, I went out. I did some gardening in the backyard. I was just enjoying myself, and Alex went outside for a walk in the neighborhood. And when I came back in from gardening, Alex was still gone. And I noticed when I came back inside a very strong like gas stove gas smell. Our alarms weren't going off. We have carbon monoxide detectors and smoke alarms and fire, like we have all of the detectors that you need. And none of them were going off, but I really smelled it strong, and I smelled it really strong right here where I'm sitting now. When I came back into my room, my window is just back here. And so I closed the window. And then I texted Alex and I said, come home, it smells really weird. So he rushed home. I Googled it. What do I do if I smell the smell of a gas fireplace? Because I didn't want it to think that I was meaning carbon monoxide. Yeah. I didn't, I knew it wasn't carbon monoxide because I could smell it. So if you can smell it, it's not carbon monoxide because carbon monoxide is colorless, odorless, and undetectable just by you as a person. That's why we need those detectors. Anyway, so I knew it was natural gas. So I Googled, what do you do? And you know what the internet said? The internet said, call 911. And then I said, are you sure? Even for my town? And the internet said, yes, for your town. If you smell a gas stove, call 911. So I was like, are you sure not the non-emergency line? And Google said, nope, 911. So I texted Alex, it says to call 911. What do I do? And he said, wait till I get home and we'll call 911. Okay. So he came home. By the time he arrived home, it was maybe 10 minutes later. I had already put the birds in their temporary cage. Rohan. I put Rohan in his cat carrier and Peekaboo in her cat carrier. I was freaking out. I thought we were all going to die. So all of the animals were in the backyard in their carriers. Rohan obviously yowling to the moon. Peekaboo was silent. She lied down in her carrier and was completely silent. So either she was afraid or she was sleeping. Rohan was doing that the whole time. He is definitely medicated this morning. That was very stressful, so we've been giving him both of his doses. We cut down to only doing the evening dose of his gabapentin. Our cat has anxiety. We have to medicate him for it. Anyway, we'd been cutting down on his medication because he's been being a lot better. Then we went away for 2 days and he has been awful. He's peed on the shower curtain. He's peed on Alex's couch. That was a whole banana to just clean. And where else has he peed? Oh, and he pooped just beside his litter box, outside of the litter box. So he's obviously upset right now, which is not atypical for him. Just, I thought we were getting somewhere, and it seems that he did a little bit of a backslide because of the anxiety. So anyway, with all the fire department people coming, I doubled up his dose again because he's super stressed. The reason he's super stressed is because 10 firefighters stormed into my home. 2 of them had these long, like, detector metal snake looking things that were attached to a walkie-talkie. It was like a walkie-talkie with a long antenna, but the antenna was bendable and metal. But it wasn't that. It was some kind of test for natural gas. So they tested every room in our house for carbon monoxide and natural gas, which means, also they don't take off their shoes because they're firefighters. So 10 large men in boots trampled through my whole house, trampled all over the front garden because the gas meter is right in the middle of our garden box. So they turned the gas off. First, they turned the gas off to the furnace because they said it's probably the furnace. Then they turned the gas off to the house. Why did they have to turn the gas off to the house, you say? Well, because when they opened up our furnace, they found our water heater tank had been overflowing in the closet room that it all lives in, and there was a flood in our basement that we didn't even know about. So a plumber had to come out. We had called 911 because of a gas leak. They ended up not just shutting off the gas to the furnace, which would have been no big deal because we're already not using the furnace. It's spring, the furnace is off. But they also shut the gas off to the whole house, so we don't have hot water either because our hot water heater was leaking all over the floor. There was 2 inches of water. I don't know how this happened, that the water has stayed underneath the level for it to get onto our floor. Our furnace room is like sunk. It's like we have our whole basement, and then the furnace room has a closet built around it, and it's sunken down 2 inches. It's like a sunken floor, so that there's concrete on that floor, and then our floor has like layers and then tile on top. So we didn't even know it was flooding. So they had to call an emergency plumber and a hot water heater tech. So that was yesterday. The plumber and hot water heater tech came. They pumped the water out of the basement, sealed off the leak. They still couldn't turn the gas back on because since they turned the gas off to the whole house, as opposed just to the appliances, they could have just shut the hot water or shut the gas off to the hot water heater and the furnace, and the gas would still be coming to the house. But they shut the gas off to the house, and apparently that requires a whole separate team of people to turn back on. They said, the firefighter said, it'll just be Reliance, which is like the air conditioner people, they can turn it back on. Well, they came yesterday to turn everything back on and said, they turned it off to the house. A fire department person and a gas company person are gonna have to come turn that back on. So Monday we lost access to heat and hot water. It is now Wednesday. We still have no hot water. We don't need the heat, but the furnace does not work. So no hot water and no heat. For us, we can just go to family or friend's house to shower if we need to. Our neighbors upstairs have 3 kids that they need to keep clean. So the idea of having no hot water for 3 days is insane. But that seems to just be what happened. So today we've got the people who installed the furnace or hot water heater. One of the two. Those people are coming today, and hopefully a fire department person and a gas person are also going to come today to turn the heat back on, the hot water, to turn the gas back onto the house. So we are currently in a natural gas free home. And I'm telling you, I'm not exaggerating, 10 firefighters. There were 2 fire trucks. They arrived at our house, full sirens blaring. We had a fire marshal truck, a police car, and 2 fire trucks to our home. I called 911 like they told me to. On phone with 911. I told them everything that was going on, and they said, okay, we'll send a unit down to you. Just get out of the house just in case it's a high percentage. But if you can smell it, then you're probably okay. Just get everybody out of the house so that you're out of the way by the time the fire department gets there. So when she was on the phone with me, the dispatch lady, I assumed that meant just like the fire marshal truck would come because it wasn't a fire emergency. But no. 2 wailing fire trucks approached our house. Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. Stopped right in front of our house with their lights on, left their lights on the whole time. Then the fire marshal arrived. Then the gas company people arrived. It was a absolute shit show in my home. There were 10 firefighters with oxygen tanks on their back, with helmets, wearing gloves, wearing boots. 10 of them. There was no fire in my home. 10 of them were walking, and they were walking in groups of 4. So there was just four men would walk by, and then 4 more men would walk by. And then I lost track of some of them. So there were some in the backyard, some in my basement, some on my main floor, and some in front of the house. They're just walking through my house. Just, I don't know. I didn't like it. I don't like that. And then the gas people came, and so now there's 10 plus an additional 3 because there were just 2 random guys from the gas company and then 1, I guess that was the fire marshal guy out of uniform. So there was like literally, I'm not exaggerating, 13 adult men in my home. I'm so glad Alex was home because that was so intimidating. Yeah, they were there to help, but 13 large adult men coming into my home kind of unwelcomely. Yes, they were called, but it feels so invasive to have that many. Like, couldn't you just send 1 in? There's no fire. You don't all need to come in. You don't all need to investigate. Who's the one who has the tool that searches for gas? Couldn't you just have that one? Big question is, were they hot? They were all dad aged. So maybe to you they were hot. There was like 1 young one, and he just looked like a young one. No, I don't know. I really, not really, no. I think I was getting cop energy from them, so I was not really attracted to any of them, you know? Like, at first it was like, oh good, the firefighters are here, but then they just stomped all over my house, and all of them came in. I just didn't feel like they all needed to come into the house, because there were 2 of them that had devices that were checking for gas. Did we need to have... I get that, okay, maybe each guy needs to have a buddy in case they pass out because there is gas there and then they pass out from breathing it. There should be a second guy to be able to drag them away. Do we need 4? Do we need 4 guys together? Do we need 3 groups of men? It felt like a bit much. Thank you for coming. I'm glad they came. I'm glad they came fast. I'm glad they did what they did. They told me 911 was the right thing to do. When they arrived, I had already closed the window, so they arrived and said, oh, do you smell it right now? Because I don't smell anything in your house. And I was like, do you think I'm crazy? So first, they came into the house, didn't smell anything, and I was like, I'm not crazy. I know what I know what a gas stove smells like. Like, I know what I was smelling. I swear to God, the firefighter, like, bent down and looked at me and said, it could have just been somebody lit a barbecue a few houses down. And I was like, well, no. They would have had to just turn the gas on the barbecue, and it would have had to been right outside my window, and they would have had to left it on for 15 minutes. It wasn't like the spark up of a gas stove. It's like the smell of gas. So then I said, I'm going to open my window again because I'm not crazy. And he was like, oh yeah, you know, it could have been something else. I don't smell it now. So that's a good thing that we don't smell any gas. And I was like, fuck no, excuse my French. I'm not crazy. So I opened my window and I went back outside, and then I came back inside with the firefighter, and the whole house smelled like gas again. He was like, oh, I'm catching a whiff now. And I'm like, oh, are you? Because we can physically see the cloud of gas. And he was like, oh, I guess I do smell it. Yeah, you're right. Good thing you called. And I was like, okay, first you gaslight me and make me feel like I'm stupid. And now you're like, oh, actually there is gas. Turns out there was 400 parts per whatever. I don't know if it was per million, 400 parts per million. They said it was 4%. It was 4%. I don't know what that means, and I don't know if that's dangerous. They said it wasn't an explosion risk, so that's good. But they said it was toxic, and that it was good that we called, and that 911 was the correct number to call. So, just in case your place imploded, they had to be prepared. Great. Well, lucky for us, the place did not implode, but it was destroyed. The floors were mud, dirt, and mess all over the house. So yesterday first of all, we had no hot water. So I had to boil kettles of water in order to make soapy water to wash the floor with. I mopped the floor like 5 times, each time washing the mop head, dumping out the water. And then I did 2 with soap and water. The water was still coming up brown because I had like 4 rooms to do. Then the second 2 mops I did first with Lysol water and then half concentration Lysol water. And then the last wash I did with water, and the water was still not clear. So I still have a couple more mops to do, but I mopped the house. Well, the house is much cleaner now than it has been for the last couple of weeks, but that's because the firefighters made it very dirty and I had to mop. Also, all of my indoor plants, except for my bird of paradise, are now outside. So the bird tree is now here. This is literally a tree that has been attached to their jungle gym. Unfortunately, the birds are not currently playing in this jungle gym because we are having repair people come. Hey Lynn, just curious, why do some people say excuse my French when they swear? The word is not even French. It's a turn of phrase. It's like it used to say, excuse my French, and then you would say French and do a bad job. But now, I don't know. It's not just where I live, is it? That can't just be a thing where I am. Excuse my French, and then you swear? No. I don't know. That's just, if I'm swearing in public and I don't know the group of people, or if it's a more formal type of situation, like I don't swear a ton on the live stream. So if I'm gonna swear, it's almost like a trigger warning. Excuse my French. It's like saying, I don't normally swear, but I'm gonna swear in this situation because of XYZ. Why do people say excuse my French before swearing? The phrase excuse my French or pardon my French is used to apologize for using swear words or potentially offensive language. It acknowledges that the speaker's language might not be considered appropriate and may be considered rude by others. The phrase originally referred to using French words in English conversation, which was sometimes seen as pretentious or out of touch. Over time, it became synonymous for apologizing for swearing in general. So, excuse my French is a way of saying I apologize for using language that may be inappropriate or offensive. It's a subtle way of acknowledging that the speaker is stepping outside of polite conversation by bringing in an inappropriate term. Thanks, Google. That was a pretty good explanation. Good morning, Laura, everyone, and Pets and Plants. Good morning, Louisa. I am late. That's okay. I was a few minutes late also. Story of my life. I'm always late. It's not on purpose. I just have ADHD. Speaking of, can I show you my really cute thumbnail for today? I thought it was really cute. Look at how silly it is. Look at this. I called 911. I did call 911. I'm not exaggerating. That happened. I called 911, the police, the fire. I saved, Alex said, you saved the neighborhood. And then I started saying it. I saved the neighborhood. If I hadn't called and we left the gas unattended, there's a chance, there's a possibility that an explosion may have eventually happened. I'm not a doctor, but I think I just saved Alaska. I'm in Southern Ontario. Okay, let's look at the garden because she's growing and I'm very proud of her. The possibility of random people entering our home is 100%. I can hear Alex on the phone with them, so they're probably coming soon. Also, I have really good news. So this is yesterday. I went outside and guess what I saw yesterday? I saw our geranium Herb Robert is starting to open. Look at that little flower starting. So I got so excited about it. And then I went out this morning and are you ready for this? Ta-da! The geranium Herb Robert has bloomed. Look at how pretty she is. There are 2 flowers open on my beautiful geranium. Candace, are you proud of me? I got her to bloom. It took 2 years. This was a 2-year-long project. This thing only made plant last year, and this year it made flower. I am so pleased with her. Look at how beautiful this little flower is. It's so small, so delicate. It's mostly a green leafy plant, but look. She has pink flowers now. So, so, so proud. Thank you. So pretty, so dainty. I know. I'm quite proud. I'm going to be honest with you. The level of pride I feel over some geraniums making flowers is not zero. They won't get in your way, though. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you? That one will probably be curious, but he won't bite or anything. Hopefully. The fixer-upper man is here. Okay, anyway, the geranium has bloomed, and I am very proud of it. She worked hard. It took her 2 years. The first year, she only grew leaves, and now she has beautiful, beautiful, such veining. I know, right? What an interesting-looking flower. It almost looks like it's made of meat. You know, like that weird veining in it is kind of like marbling in meat. But this is what it looks like from the side that the flowers are actually showing on. You can see it's not, I wouldn't call them insignificant blooms because there is color and there are like floral vibes, but they're definitely small flowers. It's kind of one of those, I think this is going to be something I'm happy to see every spring now because the violets are blooming, the geraniums are blooming, the bleeding hearts are blooming. It's just sort of a vibe. Very pleased. Also, I have some wild strawberries that I harvested from my sister's house. Her backyard has tons of wild strawberries just growing in it. So I dug up, or I didn't even have to dig them. They were kind of runners. I pulled up some of the runners and they have flowers now. So maybe we'll get a couple wild strawberries. No pressure on them. Just cute. Next, with the wild strawberries, I've got hostas opening, and there's forget-me-nots in there too. You guys can't come out, don't be screeching. Also, I just wanted you to see how beautiful the ferns are getting. They're really filling in. These ones are ostrich ferns. Please hold. I need to do this. No screeching. No. I know, it's harsh. It's mostly a warning. I know it's harsh. It's just what has to happen sometimes. You see the white and green hostas in there too. And then the giant hostas are opening. Very excited to see those. Those are very beautiful. These are the other ferns. These are called sensitive ferns. They are from my mom and dad's forest or from the edge of their forest. I dug them up last year when the forest got sort of damaged. I don't know how to explain it. There's between farms, there's like a border that breaks the two farms apart. Well, the border at my parents' farm is a small forest, and it's like a long, narrow, old forest. So it's got trees and shrubbery, but it also has things like trilliums and ferns and lots of wild violets in this sort of, it's not a what would you even call it? It's a small forest is what I call it. Anyway, there's these ferns there. The neighboring farm pushed into the forest a little bit to extend their field out, and all of this stuff got exposed, and I knew it would burn because it's meant to be under tree cover and it now isn't. So I pulled them up and brought them home, and now they'll live with me forever. Also, really exciting news. My forget-me-nots, they're starting to bloom. So exciting. These are transplants from my sister's yard. Again, forget-me-nots, wild violets, and wild strawberries at my sister's home are weeds in the lawn. They're like, everybody's lawn is a mixture of those things. So I didn't take these from her garden. I dug these out of like grass. So, oh hey there, Ashley, good morning. So I now have forget-me-nots, and here is my first forget-me-not blooming. It has a drop of water right in the middle of the flower, so it looks a little weird, but the first forget-me-not is open, and there's tons of others. You can see the little group of buds right here. There's going to be lots more flowers coming soon. Coming soon to a garden near me. And my trellises, I took a picture of the overhead shot of a trellis so you can see what's in it. What my vibe here is cosmos in the middle. I don't know what color cosmos because I didn't organize where I planted what colors. It's either white, apricota, zinnia, rubenza, dazzler, or picotee. There's 6 varieties of cosmos. There is a small possibility it is a ladybird painted ladybird, something like that, cosmos, but I'm pretty sure it's one of the other ones because I think I can tell the difference visually from the sulfur variety. Underneath, at the bottom, there's Feverfew on this side, and then over on this side, it's Clarkia Mountain Garland. On the opposite side of the triangle, so flat sides are Feverfew, Clarkia Mountain Garland, and Icelandic poppies, and then the middle is Cosmos. So you can see how I kind of organized it. Also, I brought my indoor plants outside. I'm having chocolate chip muffins for breakfast. I'm having a coffee, but instead of putting cream in my coffee, I put a scoop of hot chocolate powder, which I think is a better choice. So I put my indoor plants outside. This is my, hold on. It's a cactus. It's a hanging cactus. It's a, come on, you know the name, Laura. Did you say focus on the leaves for Fredoxalis? Yes, I said focus on the leaves. I said don't pull out the flower. Let me go to that photo so we can just talk about it for a sec. We can always go back to mine. So I sent Louisa some corms for the purple oxalis. You can see her oxalis is already trying to put out flowers. There's 2 flower stems coming out of this oxalis. This is such a baby plant though. I recommended getting rid of the flowers because you don't need it to be spending energy on that. So what I would say is grab the little flower head and just pinch it, and then do the same thing on the other side, pinch it. It'll shrivel the rest of the stem up. Don't pull it out because you don't want to disturb the roots at all. It's too young. So no disturbing the roots even a little bit. What you want to do though is get rid of those flowers because you want all of the energy of the plant to be focused on building roots and building leaves. I like coffee with French vanilla coffee creamer in it. Oh, that's a good idea too, though. I have a Cosmo flower and a big zinnia looking to open. Oh, send us photos. I want to see. Okay, so where are we? We're looking at the pencil cactus. Why can't I remember the name for this ever? Ripsalis. Oh, look at that. It's a Ripsalis and it makes fruits. So I've had this a couple years now. It makes flowers in the fall, and then it takes all winter to make these little fruits. They start off green. The flowers were in like October. It flowered outside and it flowered inside. The little flowers turn into these little fruits. The fruits turn pink. It takes like 4 or 5 months for them to turn pink. They're like mildly sweet, like, so it's like a dragon fruit if you removed all but 2 grains of sugar from the dragon fruit, and if you made the size of the dragon fruit tiny. So they're pretty, they're a beautiful color, and those aren't pokey. Those little spines on them, they're fuzzy, they're not pokey, so you can pop the whole thing in your mouth with no danger. I haven't had luck germinating the seeds yet, but do you see my happy little cactus fruits? I thought so. Little sad. She's a happy plant. She is a happy plant. She looks great. But look at my Ripsalis. You can't come out. No out. No out. No out. You're not even saying out. You're saying out. That's out, but no out. You're saying out. With a T. With a T. Out. No, out. Can you say out? Out. Cool. No, it's out. What do you want? Sorry, I'm trying to get that correction to happen. Out. Say out. Well, now she's mad at me and she's not going to talk. Great. Love that for me. Anyway, my beautiful, beautiful cactus, my Ripsalis pencil cactus, is now fruiting with ripe fruit. So it's pretty much time to start harvesting that fruit. And then I can start letting it dry out or rot. I think this year what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull those fruits off, let them sit out until they kind of rot, and then pull the seeds out at that point. Because if I do that, I can kind of hope for like what naturally would happen to make the seeds germinate, because I think the goo that's on the seeds didn't let it germinate when I tried to do it without doing that. Next, I have my gorgeous, gorgeous ostrich fern. This is my big boy ostrich fern. All of the leaves that I can see so far are open for the year, but look at how pretty it is. And do you see the little cedar tree? I planted a tiny little cedar sapling into a pot or into a raised garden bed, kind of. It's a space that used to have a tree in it. I planted a new tree in it. That's fun. And here's this full size of my Ripsalis. It doesn't look great right now, but it's gonna look great. Also, I wanted you to see the garden behind. You can see I have all of my, not all of my, but I have some of my plants are now outside. I would say most of my plants are outside now. So I've got like hanging baskets with my beautiful green pothos are now hanging. I also have my velvet pothos. I forget what it's called. And then back behind here, there's also a Dracaena tree, a series of Dracaena trees. Oh, look at that freaking gorgeous hosta. Okay. Next, here's another little view where you can see the Dracaena trees, and you can also see the edge of a snake plant there. And then these are some of my other indoor plants. This is a shady spot of my backyard. These can get moved into the sun later, but they'll need a couple of weeks in the shade before I move them into the sun because it's just going to be too harsh for them. So now they just get to live in the back corner right now. And I think that looks great. Isn't that nice? Nice little setup there. Here's my Monstera. She's doing okay. I mean, she's not. I cut her all back. This was the giant one that lived inside. She's going to have outside all summer. This is my Bleeding Hearts that transplanted. I transplanted it. It hates it. It's so angry at me, but it'll survive. This is my friend's Bleeding Heart that I'm going to bring over to her house. But yeah, it's sad right now. It'll be fine. It's just sad. Also, my first Sweet Alyssum is like within days it's going to be blooming. I'm so excited. This is my first Sweet Alyssum to bloom this year, and it's going to be a purple one. Also, no, we are not playing that game. No. That's the sound we don't make. That's not a nice noise. Sorry. I know it's harsh, but we have people here. Okay, next is this guy. This is a marigold. Do you see how weird the leaves look, though? It almost looks like a feverfew to me, but it is a marigold. This marigold is going to be the teeny tiny... I think it's called Tangerine Gem, I think is what it's called. It's a very small marigold, and I'm very excited to see it. I saw it grow last year, and it was so pretty. Also, this was really exciting. One of my sweet peas is starting to get some real height on it. Like, look at the grip it's got on that pole. This thing is about to take off, which means we'll have flowers in a couple weeks. Here's what the geranium looks like before it blooms, by the way. I took a picture yesterday. It opened today. That one behind is the one that's open today. I'm so pleased. I'm very pleased with that plant. And I think, is that everything? No, the last little set of photos I took. Oh, I filmed myself making something, and I guess there is a photo of it. I think that's it, though. Here's the whole backyard now, or at least one angle of it. You can see now how I've organized our sort of back space is now surrounded by plants on like almost, I would say 75% of that table is now surrounded by plants, and I love it. I think it looks great. Everything's starting to fill in. I'm very excited to see it all fill in. All right. Oh, Candy, that's so happy. Oh, I'm so excited to see these flowers again. I'm not there yet. It's still early for me, but I am looking forward to it. Oh, I wonder what color zinnia that will be. What do you know what color, or is it just assorted zinnia color? How exciting. I love this. Oh, so bright, so happy. I need flowers, please. Anything in live stream discussion that I missed talking about? I think I'm all up to date in the chat now, so that's good. No idea. It's a mix. Oh, that's exciting. I am so excited to see my flowers. It's like I went outside this morning, and my neighbor who our backyards touch came outside and started talking to me, and I was like, while it may look like I'm just doing nothing out here, I'm doing something. I'm actively, busily enjoying my my garden. So leave me alone and I'll just do that. I know I showed this before on Monday, but look at this bouquet. Are you kidding me? This is my wedding bouquet. We are going to have pink and yellow snapdragons. We are going to have white yarrow, pink yarrow, scabiosa, pink status. Oh, it's just so pretty. Isn't that pretty? This is from last year. I grew this last year in the same garden setup. So it's all doable. Sorry, got distracted. What was I doing? I was looking for Candy's seed haul. Yes, Candy showed us a seed haul. Fairy bouquet. Annual cuts. Zinnias. I have a cart in Etsy right now that is full of seeds that I don't really know if it's something that I need to do right now or this year, but I kept removing seeds until I thought I would be at a good spot. Hold on, let me just see if I can get these out so that you're not also seeing my address, because we don't need you guys to see that. So I want to show you, let's see, I don't need you to see my information. Hold on a sec. Please hold. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so Rubenza Cosmos. Do I need Rubenza Cosmos? Maybe. You get a nice new neighbor? No. It was, you know the one that I said I think he hits his wife? That guy's dad was visiting. So no, not a nice new neighbor. Okay, so Rubenza Cosmos is one of them. The other one here, this is Purple Emperor, but this is obviously like a dilute Purple Emperor because look at the color. Purple Emperor nasturtiums, 50 of them. Vintage white straw flowers. I don't have white. I have silvery rose, silvery rose, strawberry rose, and apricot peach. But don't you think this one, this vintage white, is so pretty? So that's on my list. And then this one, Jazzy Mix Zinnia Seeds. Look how little the flowers are. How cool are these? Do I need? Can I even start? I can start. This is why I have this big long list, because I can start all of these seeds still. So this is apricota. I'm really nervous I'm not going to have enough apricota to make me happy. So that was the whole reason I went back and looked at seeds, was to get more apricota seeds. But then the same seller, it was going to be the same price, which is $3.65 for shipping. It was going to be one-time shipping charge for all these seeds. And I'm like, do I need these tiny zinnias that come in a variety of beautiful colors? Maybe. Do I need these vintage white straw flowers? Maybe. Nasturtiums? Absolutely. Rubenza Cosmos? Sure. So basically all of those things had me feeling like I needed more seeds. Do I need them? Girl, I want all the coleus now. I'm obsessed. Okay, let's look on Etsy and see what Etsy has for coleus seeds, shall we? Coleus seeds. Because like some of them are clearly AI'd. Like this one, not a color. But like I wonder if someone has like, okay, well, we don't need to be having it be $18. That's silly. I want to see the prettiest coleus options. Like, look at this. Fingers and feathers. Look at that. That's weird. We could grow weird coleus. That could be a fun little party for us, don't you think? This is the only one I'm so not interested in getting in my mix. I would remove this. The color, hideous. Hurts my eyes. It's beautiful for a leaf, but for a flower, disgusting. We are doing... Anyway, there's lots of different options. I could grow some cold. Look at that. Wow. So weird. So tasty looking. That's cool. $5 shipping, $7 for the seeds. I don't know about all of that, you know? Seems a bit much. I like this one, Dragon Coleus. That's interesting. I like her. I adore that orange. Girl, all I want is Coleus now. I'm obsessed. I'm not an orange person when it comes to foliage. Although maybe I could be. Maybe that would be the foliage I need. Because right now the garden is like purple and green. I don't know why I'm being quiet. He's the one who should be quiet. Sorry, his office door is open because there's a guy working in. So you just have to listen to both of us talking, which is super fun. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna just search a little longer. Okay, there's Black Dragon. There's Black Dragon again. I like Super Fine Rainbow. This is pretty. Isn't that nice? It's kind of like the Kong mosaic, but it's different. Anyway, I don't need Coleus seeds this year. I'm all Coleus up. I have all the Coleus I'm gonna need. But do I have all the seeds I'm gonna need? ASAP, need water. Yeah. Hello. Look at Calendula's blooming. Happy birthday, Calendula. Okay, who else have we got? Oh my god, do you think you have enough amaranth in that one pot there? I think the answer is yes. Look at you transplanting like a queen. Good job. Good job. You're so smart. I'm glad you adore that orange. You can have it. I don't want it. Look at my poor sad birds. They're like, why are we trapped in here? They're both in the back corner. Hold on, can you see them? They're both right back here in the corner of the cage. Just sitting. Just being so sad. Not much we can do about it, birds. You're trapped in there until the men leave. Also, I picked some wild violets because I noticed that they were starting to get curled up, which means we're just about done with wild violet season. But I wanted you to see my beautiful wild violets. Aren't they pretty? Look at that one. Look at that splash. Isn't that one so pretty? Wow. So pretty. That's what's blooming in my backyard. That's my color variety right now of wild violet. Okay, the other thing I wanted to show you or do, what was it? Wild violet. Oh, I wanted to open up the wild violets I pressed a couple of weeks ago. They've got to be done by now, right? It's been weeks. I'm sure they're done. Let's open them up and have a look. See what we've got going on in the dictionary. Did we do it in the dictionary or did we do it in the thesaurus? I don't remember. Well, don't worry, we'll look at both. I feel like we did it in the dictionary. Why would we have done it in the thesaurus? Ugh. So, oh gosh, let's not cause a drama here. Anyway, aren't they so pretty though? I'm sorry, Beelzebub. You can't come out right now. I feel so bad for the little guys. They are not happy being locked up during the day. They're very rarely locked up during the day though, honestly. Like, as far as birds, I feel like they have a pretty good setup. They get locked up only when we leave the house or if people come in. Otherwise, they are free flying until 9:30 every single night. And then once 9:30 hits, we put them into their cage. They get half an hour in the cage, and then they get their cover put on to go to sleep. So I think they're okay. But still, I do feel bad because they're like, we're always allowed out. Why are we not out right now? Oh, I did put them in this thesaurus. Okay. Let's check out how that did. Is there anything in the dictionary at all? Or just paper? Just paper. Okay. Good to know. So, we've got wild... Oh, my stomach just growled crazy. Excuse me. Right into the mic. Sorry about that. Okay, let's check out how the phone angle is. Okay, that's pretty good. Just move the mic over a bit so you can see more. How are these? Did they dry out all the way? They look dry. Oh, they're beautiful. Are you all the way dry? Oh, you're perfect. Look at these wild violets. Perfect, all the way dry. I'll just put them over here. Hey there, chameleon. Nothing in these ones. Okay, here's more violets. These ones have the stems, so they may not be all the way dry yet. Are you dry? Oh, I love that. You are. Look at these gorgeous violets. Oh, we should do a little violet tribute today, don't you think? Make a little violet project. Are you wet at the bottom, or are you just still green? Oh, you're dry, just still green. I love that. I love when the green doesn't fade. That's crazy. The green is still like bright. Pretty. Retained such color. They did, didn't they? This was from a bouquet that I collected from my neighbor's large stash of wild violets. They have such a beautiful collection of them, and for them they're like weeds. Like at the end, after they bloom, they like cut them all down for the season. And I'm like, no, they're beautiful, leave them be, let those greenery grow. Wow, these turned out so good. I'm gonna show you what they look like up close after I get them all disconnected. Oh, they came out so perfect. Okay, here's another page of them. Beautiful. These ones I tried to make them look sideways so that I could have like a variety of angles. Good. And last but not least, one more page of just blossoms. Great. Maybe I should press these ones that we just picked, since we've got the paper here ready. Let's do that, okay? These ones I picked this morning, let's press them. Because I don't think I have any of the little pink ones pressed. So I'll just behead them. Actually, maybe I'll put some of them in. Oh, okay, he's just moving around. I was like, what was that noise? They did do a good job retaining color though, you're right, Candace. Okay. I'm gonna try and lay them flat again. That's what I did last time, is I just pressed them. Okay, he's dealing with internet. What am I hearing? Oh, he's working downstairs. I keep hearing this like metal rubbing sound. And it must be the sound of him doing work downstairs. Oh, they're so pretty. I want to do art with wild violets. I feel like I'm not good at drawing them. I've tried and they all look the same. And they don't all look the same. They're so unique and beautiful. It's these pink ones though that I'm realizing I'm very obsessed with, and these pink ones are from our old farm and I don't have access to them anymore. So last year they dropped tons of seeds and there's tons of seedlings now coming up in the garden, and I decided I'm going to transplant a bunch of the ones that I know to be the pink flowered ones so that I can make sure I have lots of copies, because I only have a couple. Alex calling out the internet people. No patience for being sassed. People trying to out-sass Alex when it comes to computer stuff. They ain't got no chance. He knows too much. All right, almost done here. Then we can close up this book and be done with the wild violets for now. Maybe we can get back to knitting that blanket that we have to finish knitting, that I've avoided working on because I am far too ADHD to do so. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna put 2 pieces of the wax paper on top of the wild violets, just like that. Then I'll put 1 piece underneath, or 2 pieces underneath, just for a little extra flatitude. And then I will close the book as carefully as possible. Hello, bats. There we go. Beautiful. Did you really want more bowls to match that glassware you like? If so, I shared a listing in Facebook. Ooh. I feel like part of the joy, Candace, for me is finding them, like, at the thrift store individually. So, like, I don't know. I'm gonna look at the listing you shared. Nope, that was me. Shared your post. Nope, that's not what I want. I guess I'll go into me. Please hold. Candace. Corningware, vintage estate. If you look, she has a stack of the bowls you like. Candace, you're so organized looking at stuff, finding stuff. Don't mind if I just real quick have a look-see. I think you're right. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of vintage Corningware they have. Okay, let's see. The bowl I like. Do you see the price on it? I can't zoom in. For a stack of them? Ooh, that's... Okay, I'll have to look at it later, Candace. I can't look right now. I'm busy. I'm at work. Smaller bowls and bigger-ish ones. I'm gonna look harder at it, but thank you for sending me the link. Okay, let me just put my dictionary, my thesaurus and dictionary back on the shelf. That's not yours. That's not yours. Rohan already ate. You eat this. Rohan, you can't eat her food. You get twice as much as her. He has a higher metabolism, so he gets to eat more. 1, 2, 3, and then the big bowl of rocks. Literally, look at this bowl. Ugh, it's so heavy. Gorgeous. Okay. Yes, birds. I hear you. I really do. More petals. Okay. Just had to let you know, as you don't check Facebook that often. I really don't. But when you remind me to, I do. So there. All right. So let's get you over a little bit so you can see what's happening over here. And move me over. I dry and press so many flowers at all types, all times of year. And it's a good thing. Pressing flowers is important. For who? Don't worry about it. For me. Okay, so wild violets, beautiful. Wouldn't it be fun to have like a wild violet little art piece, little frame? I have this little frame that I wanted to open and put something in. Maybe we could do a little wild violet spread. I feel like they turned out so well. All right. There we go. Aren't they pretty? Birds, don't shriek. He's working. He's allowed to be here. Don't you yell at him.
Okay.
Oh, all done?
No.
Oh, okay.
You have the phone?
No, I have a show, but
Okay.
no, I'm good.
What happened is the Enbridge, I think, came and closed again,
Yes.
or the firefighters.
The
Somebody came.
Enbridge closed. The firefighters came. they turned off the gas to the appliances, and then Enbridge came and they turned off the gas to the whole house, and they said,
From outside.
yeah, and they said you don't have to call us back to turn it back on, but we have to turn it off because of the flooding downstairs. They fixed the flooding downstairs yesterday. So
Okay.
that's where
So
we're at.
now when I turn the gas meter off,
Yeah.
the gas is not coming.
Because it's off outside.
I open it.
Oh.
Yeah, I open it, I don't see the gas.
Huh.
Yeah, the furnace and the water heater doesn't receive the gas.
Okay.
So there is even outside, there is something to check if the gas is coming to the house,
Yeah.
in case if there's a block in the house. I open that, even it's not coming from
Okay.
there.
So gas isn't even coming in the house anymore.
In the house, and we are not allowed to play with the
The
meter.
gas.
That's the property of Enbridge or
Enbridge, yeah.
You need to call them back, unfortunately,
Okay.
to come and tell them the situation. Gas is on the on position, but the
No
appliance
gas.
doesn't receive gas.
Okay.
So I don't know if there's something wrong with the meter,
Okay.
or they did some other trick to block it.
Okay. Hey, get your daughter in there. Get out there.
I don't know. You need
Alright.
to call them. They will come. Once they come, you have to come back.
Okay.
You have to come back and check the appliance because they don't check the appliance.
Right.
So in that paper, I cannot tell you that now because the appliance is not running.
Okay, but right now the gas is on to the appliances? Or you turned it back off?
No, I'm going to keep it back off from outside.
Okay, but
the
from
TV?
inside, everything is on?
No, the power is off
Okay,
and the gas valve is off on the appliance. That doesn't matter.
okay,
If I close it from outside, if the gas shutter valve for the appliance is open or closed,
Okay.
doesn't matter.
alright,
But for your safety, I'm going to go keep it closed.
okay.
I'm going to keep that closed.
So next
I'm
people
gonna
who have to come back is Enbridge to turn it
Enbridge
off from turn on from
turn
outside.
on, and they have to check the appliance is coming on.
Okay, and then you guys come back again?
Yeah.
Or Enbridge can do the
If
rest?
Enbridge can do the rest,
Then
they
we're
can do, yeah. We
Okay.
check, the reason they gave the paper, they said there's a flooding, make sure it's working.
Yes, the flooding is done,
But no, we have to check it again.
if it's working.
Yeah,
Right.
the gas is there,
But the gas was from the furnace. The water was a separate issue.
no, I know,
Okay,
the gas from outside
Is
is coming from both. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
okay.
So water heater now is trying to fire it up.
But the gas leak is, we don't know if it's gone yet or it's gone now.
There was a gas leak or water leak?
There was a gas leak. There was a
Where?
gas leak, and when I opened this window,
Yeah.
it was very strong. So coming in like the smell of like the stove, you know, like gas stove.
No, that's the exhaust from carbon.
Yeah, but it never smelled before.
Never
so-
smelled before?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then Enbridge came and the fire department said there's gas, yes.
What gas? Natural gas
Natural
or
gas,
carbon?
natural gas from incomplete combustion. That's what they said.
That's what they said, yeah.
From the furnace. But then when they went down to look at the furnace, the water was flooded.
Yeah.
So two separate complete
So
issues.
separate, yeah. So in order to check that, you need to run the furnace. You need gas.
So we need gas in order to find out
Yeah.
where the leak is. Good.
Yeah. First one, the speaker comes.
Yeah.
Then they turn it on.
Yeah.
If they have to check downstairs, they just make sure appliances
Are running.
running.
Yeah.
Once it's running, they can close back the appliance,
Okay.
and we will come and check the appliance.
Perfect.
Because I don't think they're gonna check the furnace or
No.
because there's the gas people, they
Yeah.
don't check.
Okay.
Okay?
Alright.
So you call
Enbridge
Enbridge,
first, then you guys.
then yeah, Enbridge, please make sure they make sure the gas is coming
Yes.
to the appliance and the
Okay.
appliance is firing up.
Okay.
So they don't have to keep it for 20 minutes, just 5-10 minutes.
Just
So,
show it's on.
Yeah,
so.
to show the burners are receiving gas.
Okay.
So after that, then that's it.
If we get them to come today, do you think you can come back today or not today?
We'll see. We'll see
Okay.
how our schedule
Today's
is.
day 3 with no hot water.
I know, I'm sorry, I know you.
No, I know it's not your fault at all. Nothing to do with you.
Furnace is okay, but hot water,
Yeah, furnace at this point is fine. It's the hot water we want.
Gas, valve off.
Okay, thank you. Great. So it's not getting fixed today. We love that for us. That's super. Not my favorite, but I mean, this guy did whatever he could. The guy yesterday did whatever he could, but apparently it's a special group that has to come turn the gas back on. Because the gas people came yesterday and they said, oh, it's not us who can do it. So that means a different guy who has to come do it. It's all good though.
Okay, have a nice day.
Thank you, you too. Stay safe, drive safely. Hey. Hey, Alex. They have to call Enbridge again.
Enbridge?
He couldn't do anything today because the gas is not on to the house. He tried to go check if it was on to the house. He couldn't turn it on. He turned it on and it didn't flow to the house, so Enbridge did something to turn the gas entirely off to the house.
Oh, okay.
So they have to turn it on before he can come back and check if it's... Are you talking on the work phone right now?
Yeah.
You do that. It's not important right now.
Okay.
We won't have hot water today. All is well. Everything's fine. Okay, I need to get Windex for this piece of glass. I thought we could put the violets on a piece of paper into this glass frame. One second. You birds, you want to come out now? He's gone. You can come out. You can come out. Come here, Gary. Come here, Gary. No, don't. I'm bringing you to your tree, stupid. Come here. No, you're so dumb. You're so dumb. Don't be dumb. Here, look. I'm bringing you onto your tree. Dumb bird. Okay, one sec, guys. Oh, so annoying. Alright, so we are going to be going to my sister's house then, so that we can shower in hot water. There's only so many days you can go without showering, you know what I mean? And Alex's computer for work is not working now too. We love that for him. Okay, we've got a nice clean piece of glass that appears to have cut me on my thumb. No blood, so that's good. Risky. Just want you to see if you can see the birds behind me. Oh, well, can I just move this a little closer to me? Don't bite me. Don't bite me. I'm just making it so everyone can see you. Gosh. There. Okay, and then this piece will go in there. We'll have a nice clean piece of glass, and then we get this piece going in. They are behind Thunder. Oh, of course they are here. Nope, that's not what I wanted to move, you silly camera. I'm trying to move Thunder. There. There, now you can see them. Well, you can see Beelzebub anyway. Okay, I've got the frame done. Now let me do phone small. No, Thunder, you need to move over. And you're fine here, I think. There. Now I can try and figure this pretty little art piece out. Oh, I forgot to put my belt back on. I went to the bathroom and I didn't put my belt back on. Walking around here beltless. Laura, the beltless wonder. There we go. Okay. I put in some treats yesterday because Gary was grumpy. It's okay, Gary. You can come down if you want to. No press. Okay. So there's this piece of paper, and I think this is just stuck on with a little bit of hot glue. I got this at the thrift store. I think this might be... Oh, it's a real fern leaf. I thought it was a fake leaf. Well, it's okay. There. All right, so I've got this little piece of paper that we can stick our wild violets on. Alternatively, maybe I have like a green, something different for the background that isn't just a white piece of paper. One sec. Please hold. Let's see what other color papers we can use. I knew it. Sometimes I just know. Today is one of those times. What is this? Is this blood work I have to go get? Okay, gotta go get blood work. Don't let me forget about that. Okay, so I've got these art pieces. Hold on, right here. I've got these art things. I've got this unicorn art. I've got this pretty bird with roses art. I've got this bouquet art. I've got this autumn looking tree. I kind of like this one. That's kind of nice. Got that one. And I've got this one. I think this one might be too small. Yeah, that one's too small. That one doesn't really make sense. This one I feel like I want to use for something else. That one's... I don't know if I want a bird in it. Okay, I think the one that I like is this one. And I think the spot I like is this spot down in the garden. So I think I will just cut it out. I think that's a good idea, don't you think? There, and then I can just trace it. Whoa, I'm left-handed using my right hand. This is hard. There we go. And this one. There we go. There. And then I can use that as my background. Don't you think that'd be pretty? Candace, shield your eyes. And don't tell my brother. There we go. Okay, so now I've got this pretty piece. Let's see if I can get you guys a little... That is not our backyard, that is our neighbor's. Okay, so I've got this pretty little piece, yeah. Now I need some kind of glue. I wish I had something smaller to glue with, because all I think I have is like Mod Podge. That's okay though. It'll work. Do I have any other glue? I have wood glue. Is that glue very fast? 10 minutes. But that's not see-through. Mod Podge is clear. Might take longer to dry, but it's at least clear. Okay. So, here we go. Let's do a little bit of arts and crafts. Okay, you can't see the birds now anyway because they are both up in the tree. You'll just have to believe me, they're here. What about me? It was painful. My mother is a seamstress and that was a crime. What? Oh, what about me? Sorry. Your mother was a seamstress. It is a crime to use fabric scissors for anything other than fabric, and I know that's a crime. I'm sorry I committed such violence against scissors, but sometimes that's just what happens, okay? Okay, so here's my big, brilliant, beautiful plan. I'm gonna put the violets in the picture. Do you think that'll be pretty? Or do you think you'll even be able to see the violets? I think you will. I kind of want to show off that pretty side though, so we'll put a dab of glue here and a dab of glue here. Just a little bit on the stem. And I'll just put it in like that. Do you think that's pretty? The background might be too busy, you think? Like way too busy? What do you think? What if I stick enough wild violets in that it becomes the only flower you notice? You know? Like I can cover most of the other flowers with violets. I think it'll be okay. I think it's gonna be fine. I just want these violets displayed in my home. And I want it now. Oops, sorry. There we go. What side's prettier, you or you? I kind of like the back side of these. I don't think the background's going to end up being too busy. I think it's going to be okay. Because I think we're going to have enough violets on it that it's going to be like overwhelmingly... It's going to be violetated, you know, like violated except violet. Okay. There. Okay, that looks pretty cool, right? Such a beautiful idea, thank you. I just want these wild violets to be displayed because I love them so much. And I'm gonna miss them all the way till next spring now. There, it's like the foreground is violets, for sure. It's not gonna be too much, it's gonna make sense. I'll just cover as many of the flowers as I can so that nothing really catches your eye except the violets. You know? I think that's upside down actually. Oh, too late for that one. Okay. I know the front side is like the main, like this is the front, but I like the way the back looks better on the ones on the stems. I feel like they look nice. Feels like I should have done some of the leaves. Oh, maybe I have some violet leaves in my pressed flowers. I don't know if I did. Oops, don't fall. The birds are biting the tree. That noise, they're not breaking anything. They're allowed to do what they're doing. In case you're hearing it and being like, what is that sound? Just my birds being criminals, that's all. I was wrong. It's coming out beautifully. Thank you, Candace. You were not wrong. You were just concerned for the way it could have turned out. It could have been bad. You were right. It didn't turn out bad, but it could have. So you were not wrong. You were not wrong. I was just lucky. That's what it is. There. Lots of wild violets. Just the way I like it. Me? Put too many? I would never. All right, I think that's good. I'm wondering if we should add any greenery. Like pressed flowers or pressed leaves. Like, one sec. Let me just grab one of my pressed flower things to see if we can add some. Just a few, maybe, in such a way that it adds to it. We don't want it taking away from it at all. Oh, hey, sorry, I let the birds out.
Okay, that's okay. Can you? That's okay.
Can I what?
Nothing.
Manage?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I am the manager. I am the captain now. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of alyssum because I think it will add a nice teeny bit of texture. Do we need texture in this? Probably not, but you can't stop me because you're not physically here right now. Nope, nope, nope. Go away, Rohan. Go away. He's just working. Rohan's like, why is there a stranger in my home? Okay. It was supposed to just be wild violets, yes. And it's now not just wild violets. Sometimes that's what happens here. We go in with a plan and other stuff occurs. Okay. Cool. I love sweet alyssum so much. It's so pretty. Okay, just a little bit of extra color. Anything else in here that's super cute and useful? Oh, the sweet alyssum turned out so good from last year. I'm definitely going to be drying out this stuff again. It dried so beautifully. I thought he left, so if he came back, maybe he found a solution to our problem. Hopefully. Okay. There. Alyssum at the bottom. Just for a little extra touch. Now there's alyssum at the bottom. I'm gonna cut these bottom pieces. Anything you think that should go at the top? Ooh. Perhaps an oxalis flower would go nicely here. A very, very pale, translucent oxalis flower. Going. Thank you. And thank you. There we go. That's pretty. So pretty. Okay, any leaves worth seeing here? I don't think so. There, that's nice, right? Not too much. Look at that. Is it busy? Yes. But when you look at it, do you eventually go, oh, that's actually really nice? Because the answer is also yes. Now, pretend I'm not using these, Candace. Just look away. Louisa, just hold your breath. But Laura, there could be glue on that. Shut up. That's what I think about that. Okay. That part's done. Now we can put the little cardstock behind it. Cute. Then, do we put the glass up front or do we put the glass behind? I think it was open inside. So I think it's like this, then like this, then like this, right? Like that. It's so pretty. Are you ready for this? It feels like a good vibe. Okay, ready? You are just LML. That's me. Just LML. I'm just Laura. Here to be. Are you not entertained? How could you not fit? You literally are from here. Oh. Oh, okay, there's a step I missed. There we go. Now we'll lock it in place. 1 and 2. And ta-da! We've created art. Well done, friends. We have this beautiful, beautiful piece of hanging art that will now hang upon my wall. I'll put it behind me so you guys can see it for a while before I decide where to hang it up. We're done with you anyway. It's time for you to move back outside. Where do you go until you move outside? You can go back here. Try not to panic. Everything's fine. Ta-da! Gorgeous artwork. Well done to us. We are artists. Now, because I brought out my dried flowers, I can put all of the new ones into the little container. Wild, wild violets. Who needs wild, wild horses when you can have wild, wild violets? Violet, you're turning violet. Violet. Okay. Dried flowers, now put away. 1 craft down. Only several more to go. We have survived it. And I feel good about that. I think I'll probably do some knitting now. I think knitting is a good choice. Thank you.
No problem, it's all good now.
Oh, it's good now?
Yeah, everything.
Oh,
Okay.
you figured out how
Instead
to...
of putting a lock, maybe the guy didn't have a lock.
Yeah.
That's why the rest of the one. He put something else in the back.
Okay.
I have to
Oh, you figured it all out though. So now we have hot water and heat?
Yeah, hot water will be the next half an hour.
Yeah.
Half an hour.
Not worried? Yeah.
I put it in the right setting.
Okay.
It's only-
Heat, we don't need it, but it works again?
Yeah, I'll put it too high for now just to test it.
Yeah.
So that's 63.
Should I open the window here to see if you smell the gas now that it's on?
As I checked from inside,
Yeah.
it's good.
Okay.
Probably the smell is, it does smell only when you turn it on once in a while, after a long time.
I didn't have the window open for winter.
Yeah.
So I didn't smell it at all, and then I opened the window and I didn't
Yeah.
even, the heat wasn't even on.
No, there's nothing wrong with the chrome outside.
Okay.
The gas is going okay. I checked it. there's no carbon monoxide leakage, but that gas, even the water heater and furnace, they both can have a little smell.
Okay.
Carbon monoxide, yeah.
Okay.
So, but it's nothing harmful.
Okay.
It's just a normal smell of flue gas.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
Because yesterday they said there was incomplete combustion going on and that there would be something that needed to happen.
Incomplete combustion is only when the gas is not enough. If the gas has a blockage or something.
Okay, so it could have been not enough gas was getting here?
Probably, yeah. Incomplete combustion is that, but your furnace is new. Combustion
Yeah,
is good.
shouldn't be.
All the burners are at full speed.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not to worry about. Once we do this, we'll be responsible.
Okay.
So I took my copy and I also did your copy.
Okay,
So
thank
can
you.
Keep this for your record.
Okay, thank
So
you.
this stuff is submitted to
Okay.
So you can off position or 63 something, 70, 69.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's perfect.
69? Okay, it's still gonna run for some time
Sounds good.
because room is 16. Okay, all good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I don't
Nice,
smell it
thank you
anyway.
so
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
All right.
Okay. I'm not crazy. Open the window just to see if the gas leak smell would be there. He said it's fine. What do I know? Just what the fire department told me. We'll see. Hopefully there's nothing happening and we're in no danger. Fingers crossed. Anyway, I guess the birds could have been out that whole time because they're out now and he's still here and they didn't freak out. So love that for us. Okay, now what do you say we get back into knitting? Oh, it's only 10:30. We have so much time left. I feel like I didn't actually have a plan. I thought that story time was going to take a lot longer, but it didn't. So now we have time to knit, which I'm happy about because we have only a little bit left to go on this gorgeous, gorgeous baby blanket that we are working on. Here's how big it is right now. We should be getting... I don't smell anything yet. We should be getting about 20 something inches for this blanket, hopefully. Okay, now let me just get you to an angle that works. We're on a purl row. Of course we are. Why would you smell it coming in from outside? I don't know, Candace. I am not an electrician. All I know is that...
Smell it?
No, I don't smell it right now. All I know is that I opened the window, I went outside, I gardened for 25 minutes. Oh my god, what is this? Oh, it's poo! When did I get pooped on? What? When did that happen? Did anyone see that happen? Gross! When was there a bird on me? Thank God for Lysol wipes. Okay, baby. Where was there poo? What did you do, Beelzebub? When did this happen? Is there poop on something that I touched? Is there poop on this blanket somewhere that I didn't see? Where has it been? Where did it come from? So rude. Okay, well, I've washed it off. All is well. I seriously don't know where it came from. Ugh. But I don't know why I would smell it coming in from outside. All I know is it didn't smell inside. I opened the window because it was nice outside, and then I started smelling it really strong when I came inside. So I closed the window, and when we called them and they arrived, they were like, it doesn't smell. So I opened the window again, and then they were like, oh, it does smell. So it was coming from outside, but it was from our house. Hopefully now all is well, and we're not in any danger. Alex goes to the bathroom and Rohan starts freaking out, staring at the bathroom door. Okay, back to our pearl row. Where is it? I have poo on my hand again. It must be included in this blanket situation. Is it on my knitting needle? Is it on the cable? Wow, this sweater needs to be washed again. Look at how brown the sleeves are. I gardened in it. Cool. Let's try this again. 1 and 2. Pull on the tail. And do a million pearls now. Great. Maybe I'll do this sweater today. I have to wash our shower curtain again. Hopefully that's the last person that needs to come into our house, because Rohan is like so rude and he's so anxious. You gardened in a white sweater. Why? Like, who are you? I was wearing overalls. Does that fix it? Why did I garden in this white sweater? Because I don't treat my clothes according to their colors, fabrics, or styles. I treat my clothes according to how I feel. So I was comfortable in this sweater, and that meant that I was going to be gardening in it, and it just happened to be a white sweater. Well, it was yesterday, but now look at that color. Like, look at the rest. There's the color it's supposed to be. Here's the color it is. Just dirt colored. I think I'm gonna have to soak it though. I don't think just a straight wash will do, because I kind of like worked dirt into the wrists, which is not great. Morning, Michelle. Nice to see you this morning. Hey, by the way, for those of you who are just showing up, if you're a little late this morning, please don't forget to click the thumbs up button on the video as you come in. It helps the channel grow, and I'd really appreciate it. Oh, I'm so happy we have hot water again. Now I can shower here tonight. Love that for me. I don't know what he did, but he was like, I'm not going to be able to fix it. You have to call Enbridge. Yeah. And then he was like, actually, I fixed it. Yeah, I guess he couldn't figure out the pipe. And then he was like, oh, I figured it out. Give it another shot and figured it out. Okay. Glad for him. Glad for us.
Yeah. So everybody's like, everything's fine.
Cool. They were like, there's a gas leak, and he's like, actually, there's nothing. Cool. Yeah. Well, there was. Gas was coming where it wasn't supposed to. Everybody came over, and now it's gone. Did anyone do anything? That's not the point. Everyone came over. Everybody got paid, so now the gas leak is fixed. Did anyone do anything to the gas leak? No. But everybody came over and everyone got paid. Whatever. There was no fire. We're not in danger. Our house is about to be warm again. As you notice, I'm wearing a sweater today because it's been chilly in here. It's not actually that chilly though. It's 68 degrees. So it's not bad. But now we have hot water again in 30 minutes.
Have I told you I've been having issues with my computer at work?
Yeah?
They're narrowing me down to?
What?
No.
Great.
So you might want to consider using a different provider.
Cool, well, no.
They're not buying any new laptops. This is the laptop that gets now.
Cool. I don't have an option for another provider.
Go in the office, I guess.
I think my conspiracy hat is a good conspiracy. Alex and I came up with a conspiracy. So Alex's work computer has been kind of crapping out. The connection's not good. It's being issues. So my theory is they want everyone to come back into the office. So if you are within the legal limit for what they call back into the office, like he works from home. So they said, if you live within 100 kilometers of an office, you have to come in to work. So Alex and I are like right on that line. of 100 kilometers, so he doesn't have to come into work. But what I think is that they've said if you're on a work computer and you are within 100 kilometers of an office, your internet doesn't connect well anymore, because they want you to have to come back into the office where it will connect well. That's my...
Like, that's so elaborate, but
It's an elaborate scheme, but
it's good.
I like a conspiracy theory as much as the next guy. So there's my tinfoil hat theory. They're trying to make Alex go back into the office, and the only way to do that is by making it impossible to work from home. Time to move closer to me, Candace said. Yeah, it is. It's in our list of priorities. It's just not our top priority, you know? One of our priorities is eventually get into a different location. It's just not one of the top 5 priorities, so it's not really something we're worrying about right now. Although it may end up having to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. It may end up having to be if Alex doesn't have good connection and he has to go into his office. Then we might have to. It would not be hilarious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, birdies. Hi. My sweet birds, they love the tree. I kind of want to show it to you. Do you want to see the tree? One sec. Let me show you what the tree looks like. There's the birds. That one's Gary at the top, and then the bottom is Beelzebub. And then here's their tree. They have this fig tree that has all kinds of toys and stuff for them to do, paper to rip up, treats, and it's just literally a tree that I have tied to their jungle gym. Let me see if I can get far enough away for you to like see the whole thing. There's the birds, and there's the bird of paradise. See, it's just a tree. And they just rip stuff up and sit on the branches and enjoy life. And there they are. Hi, guys. Hi, Gary. You giving yourself a little back scratch? And then Beelzebub just sitting. Awesome climber for them. Yeah, there's lots of places for them to climb. They can get really high up. Lots of stuff for chewing. Like there's a chew toy. Those 2 things are chew toys. This thing made of cardboard here is a chew toy. They rip up this paper. They rip up this paper. That's millet for them to chew on. String for them to chew on. More cardboard toys. Hopefully Gary don't poop on her. He won't. He would never. There's another cardboard chew toy. There's a ladder for them. There's a bunch of basil stems that they like to break. So I tie them dried basil stems and they just sort of rip off all the bits. And do you see all of the branches, how it's all chewed up? That was done by mice. So this fig tree was alive in the fall. My parents surrounded it by insulation and tarps. And mice got in and chewed off all of the bark off the tree. Isn't that so weird? They chewed off everything. So, anyway, I washed it down. Peroxide washed it, left it out in the sun, and now it's for my birds! And they love it! Look how cute they are. Hi, guys. Look at her little foot all tucked up. Hi, baby. Hi, Gary. Hi, Beelzebub. Oh, she's so happy. Anyway. Hi. That's what's up with the birds. Okay, I have to pee now. That was stressful. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Hopefully the birds don't do crimes while I'm gone. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll turn the music up a little bit and I'll turn my mic off. BRB. Alrighty then. So, shall we get back to a wee bit of knitting? I feel like I'm going crazy. How did bird poop get on me like 4 times that I didn't even see? It must have been on this blanket before. Great. Love that. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you. First of all, hello, Beelzebub. I don't really want you on this couch, so come on up on my arm. Thank you. I forgot to tell you, I almost finished the tutorial for the bucket hat. I am in the process of putting it together now. I finished the blocking and they're dry. So I've got the hat top done for the granny square bucket hat. I've got all the 6 pieces done, ends woven in and blocked, and I created a lining for the bucket hat as well. I did a sewn lining. I think it turned out really well. I did it all by hand. So that part's all done, and now all that's left is the assembly, putting it all together. And the brim, which I haven't figured out how to do yet. I'm gonna be honest. But I'm also not super worried about that part. I think I'll figure it out as I go. But almost done. Hopefully I'll finish filming that tonight. Hey there, Gary. Gary doesn't like being watched while he eats. He wants to have treats and he wants to play with stuff, but anytime I look at him, he feels like he has to move away. Like, watch. Hey there, Gary. Hey. You being shy? You found some snacks in there? Poor guy. He's just a shy baby. Can't wait. My daughter wants a bucket hat made by me. I want one with granny squares, and I'm so excited now. I think it's going to be awesome. I'm really excited to have Gary in the shot right now. That's so happy. He's quite shy. He's not a huge fan of being looked at or talked to. But look at him joining us for a little hangout. I love this time of year. When we get to move the tree over to the window, the birds are so happy. They love sitting at the window and just staring at everything. 1, 2. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. I'll do the small ones so that you guys can still see the birds while watching me knit. There. Now we can do both. Anybody doing anything fun today? I have a friend, the one who has twins, has asked me to make bone broth and bone marrow, I think. Bone broth and bone marrow for her kids. She asked if I would be willing to do that because she doesn't have the time or the stock pot space. And I said, yes, absolutely, before understanding what I said yes to. So does anyone know? Oh, have a great day, everyone. Bye. Bye. Have a good rest of your day as well. Does anyone know how to make bone marrow? Like, do I have to go to a specialty butcher? You can't make marrow. It's already in the bones. Blah, blah, ha, ha, Candace. You're so funny. Thank you for your dad joke. Yes, I know I can't make marrow. Can I prepare marrow? Is that a difficult process? I feel like at first I thought can't be hard. It's probably just in the oven, right? And while it is, a lot of the videos I have looked at show people sawing bones, and that feels like farther than I wanted to go. Is there somewhere where I can get them already? Because what they want to do is like make that whipped bone marrow thing that all the babies are eating right now. However, that I don't understand. You put the bones in the pot and you boil them for a couple of days. I know that's how you get the soup. You can buy soup bones from a butcher and then roast them. Okay, so do you think I'm better off buying the soup bones from a butcher, or can I just go to like Metro or Loblaws or Farm Boy, one of the nicer grocery stores, Fortino's maybe? I don't think the little grocery stores, like we have like No Frills. I don't think Walmart would have that. I don't think No Frills or Food Basics would have that, but I feel like Farm Boy and No Frills, or Farm Boy and Fortino's. Fortino's feels like a place where you could buy that kind of thing. I feel like I've never had to look for them, so I don't know if they're sold everywhere. Maybe they're sold everywhere and I just never was looking for them. Like, I didn't know chicken hearts were as common as they are, but I've started seeing them at grocery stores lately. I don't remember ever seeing them before. Maybe Sobeys? Yeah, Sobeys, Loblaws, Farm Boy, that sort of thing. They may not many have marrow bones, no? So I might have to go to an actual butcher. They said they would pay for all the stuff for it, so I just have to like source everything and do the work, and then they're going to pay for it to be done. I'm not going to, obviously, they're not paying for me to do it. They're just going to pay for the stuff that's needed. Let's see. How to cook bone marrow. Roasted bone marrow. How to cook bone marrow for babies, though. So less salt. I love gizzards. Higher end grocery stores might have marrow bones. That's what I figured. Higher end grocery stores. We have one called Fortino's, which is like a very Italian fancy grocery store. Like they have all of the, everything from Italy imported is available there pretty much. Okay, 1 pound of beef marrow bones, ½ inch thick, frozen, 2 to 3 teaspoons of bone broth, ice cube trays, special equipment, hand mixer, optional. Preheat oven to 425. Place all the bones marrow side up, flat on a baking sheet, and bake for 15 minutes. The marrow should be moist and slightly pulling away from the bones. Once the bones are cool enough to touch, poke and scoop the marrow out of the bones into a bowl. The marrow should be soft and easy to mash. If you want to make whipped marrow butter, skip step 5 and continue below with variation whipped. Okay, mash with a fork, adding broth. Variation whipped. Is to whip it with a hand mixer. Do it by following the above roasted marrow recipe, omitting the broth and hand mixing until it's white and fluffy. It makes a silky smooth texture and babies love it. If your baby has tolerated butter, go ahead and mix half marrow, half butter, and whip. Okay, so and the bones that are left behind, can I use those to make the broth? That's the other question I had. Can I make broth from used marrow bones? Marrow bones for bone broth. What happens to the marrow? No, I don't want that part. Can marrow bones be used for broth? Can you make bone broth from leftover marrow bones? If you have roasted bones of any kind, you can make bone broth. Okay. Can you overdo bone broth? You can't really overdo it. Great. Okay. So, put water in the roaster to get the fond out from roasting. Oh, absolutely. That's a smart pan. Smart idea. Okay, so roast the bones. Good. I have a stainless steel roasting tray. Where do I go? Oh, that's what I wanted to search. Where can I get marrow bones? Where can I buy marrow bones in Hamilton? We can get them from DoorDash. Oh, no frills. Beef soup bones. Because the marrow doesn't have to be beautiful, right? I can scoop it out. It's going to be whipped up anyway. So that's cool. But do I want to get organic grass-fed beef bones? Okay, Fortino's has them too. Beef marrow bones. It looks like No Frills is cheaper based on the fact that it's No Frills. No Frills is our grocery store. That is just... It has no frills. They may just have the lower shank with not much marrow in them. Okay, let's see. Where else? Where can I buy marrow bones? I can buy them from butchers. Sure. I can buy them from... Okay, not for dogs. Beef marrow. How to get... Where can I buy beef marrow bones? Wild fork. Ooh, that looks beautiful. Look at this picture. And tell me that's not the type that we're looking for here. Hold on. This. That's what we're looking for, right? Center cut marrow bones. That's a good one. That looks delicious. Okay, $30 for 4 pieces. This is like a specialty butcher that ships to you though. So we don't need to go to a specialty butcher that ships to us. We can go to a butcher. Can you get beef bones? Is beef marrow good for babies? Can you buy beef bones at butchers? Are bones the same as bone marrow? Bone marrow, soup bones. Okay, Fortino's. That's a grocery store that's fancy. Let's see what they have. Leave me alone, cookies. I don't know you. Item unavailable. Marrow, bone. Search. What do you mean? How is that? Okay, why would you have it on the Google search page? Probably cost more to be cut there or scoop it out yourself. I don't know. Oh my God, look at this bird. Stop it. Look at this. Let me see if I can get her underneath the camera without waking her up. Oh, she woke up. It's okay. She'll go asleep again. Oh, she's so sleepy. She's just a sleepy bird. Oh, she's so tired. Oh, so tired and fluffy. Just peeking out of the top. She's just a baby. Oh, she's so sleepy. Oh, she had a long day. She worked so hard. Look at her wobbling. Sorry. I know, that's not what we're here for. We're here for important things, like how to make beef marrow bone soup broth for babies with no salt. It's gonna be great. It's gonna turn out so great. It's gonna be super easy. I'm gonna have a fun time making it. Anyway, that's something I'm gonna be doing over the next few days. I also have to refill Rohan's medicine. I also have to refill my medicine. I also have to go with Alex to get him running shoes and more shorts. We need him to have outfits for when he goes away on his trip. And we need to get groceries for while he's away. It's a whole thing. We've got a lot happening. And then I'm going up to Ottawa again for a visit first. Oh, it's like a big bonanza. Everything feels so busy. Anyway, I'm also going to be making bone marrow, whipped bone marrow, and beef broth. Apparently the new recommendation is, not you, love you, is feeding babies meat as their first food. Either feeding them butter or feeding them broth or marrow or any of that kind of stuff. I don't know if that's the thing everywhere, but I feel like that's the thing I'm seeing a lot on social media, and that's what a lot of people are starting with. I feel like I would start with my favorite foods. That's what I would start with. It's like, oh, it's best to start with meat. Well, we're starting with mango, so hopefully that's okay too. It probably does cost more to have them cut there. I think I'll still do that. I think I'd rather cut them there and then I can get the marrow out easily, and then I can just like boil those remaining bones. It'll be easier, I think. Can you not eat my sweater, please? Thank you. Can I have a kiss? Kiss. Thank you. Good morning. Not going to make a huge quantity of marrow. Oh my, what a title. Isn't it though? Yeah, it was a whole bonanza, Marina. We actually just had the gas person or the furnace person. I don't know what job he was actually here for. Finish the job. So we had 10 firefighters in our house all at the same time. There were like 4 upstairs, a couple in the backyard, a few on the porch, a bunch of them downstairs. They were all over our house. Oh, sorry. My light fell. Sorry, I didn't mean to have that scare you. It must have just got unstuck. Nothing to worry about, guys. Everything's okay. It'll stick right back on. Don't worry. I'll just stick it right back. No problem. Sorry for scaring you, Beelzebub. There. See? All better. Anyway, the fire department had to come because we smelled a gas leak. And they said, yes, there's a gas leak. We can smell it. It took a while for them to find to, first of all, it took them a while to believe me. And then finally they smelled it. And I was like, see, I'm not crazy. And they were like, oh no, sometimes it just takes a minute to like happen again. But before that, I was being literally gaslit about a gas leak. I was being gaslit by my little firefighter man, who was like, you know, it might have just been a barbecue from a few houses down. Someone might have been lighting up a barbecue. And I was like, no, that's not what it was. That's not what it was. That, yeah, you're probably right. That's something it could be in certain situations. That's not what it was. And then eventually they smelled it and they said, yep, that's gas. Turned off the gas to the house. We had to have our water heater repaired because it was leaking and flooding the floor. So they had to turn the gas off to the water heater. We didn't even know that was happening. We didn't even know that was a problem. And then they had to send the gas guy over who turned off the gas to the whole house. And then they sent a different gas guy over yesterday to fix it, but he couldn't turn it back on because that's a different guy who does that. So they sent a repair guy today to fix everything that was needing fixing, which I still don't fully understand what happened. And now apparently all is well. We have hot water and we have heat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we didn't have heat or hot water since like Monday at maybe 4. So I'm glad everything's okay now. Me too. Not going to make a huge quantity of marrow. No, I'm just going to make like a babies are trying a new food quantity. Because if the babies don't even like it, I'm not going to do a lot. It's going to be like a little, like imagine like a baby food amount. That's how much I'm going to make. And I'll just bring it over to her after it's made. Probably the day after, because I'll leave it in the fridge to like firm up. That sucked. It did suck, Michelle. It sucked a lot. But now it's over. And all is okay. I had to evacuate all the animals because that's what the internet said when you smell natural gas. Get everyone out of the house. So I had to put the cats in their cat carriers. Rohan was easy to catch. Peekaboo ran away. I ended up having to get out food for her to come out of hiding. The birds, I had to get them into their travel cage, which was a bit of a drama. First, I had to find the travel cage, bring it upstairs, convince Gary to get into it, and then convince Beelzebub. It was a lot of convincing. But after all, I got all the pets outside. Alex stayed on the front porch waiting for the emergency people, and I stayed in the backyard with the animals. And now everything's fine. Apparently. So they say. But the fact that the fire department, the firefighter, was like, maybe someone lit up a barbecue. I'm like, do you think I'm stupid? Obviously, I know the smell when someone lights up a barbecue. It wasn't that. I was like, the smell filled our whole room, and nobody has a barbecue on around, and we don't have a barbecue. So he was like, yeah, but it could have been the smell from like a few doors down. I don't smell it right now. And he said, do you smell it right now? After that, he said, I don't smell it right now. Do you smell it right now? Like that. That's how he said it to me. And I was like, no, I don't smell it right now. Thank you. And I was like, and I said, it wasn't like a barbecue. It was like a gas stove. Like my friend has a kitchen with a gas stove. I know what that smells like. It smelled like that. Yeah, sometimes we can just catch a whiff of something. It wasn't a whiff. The whole room smelled. And then I opened up my window again, and he walked outside into the backyard, and then he came back inside, and it started smelling again, and I didn't say anything because I was in the room, and he was like, oh, maybe I am catching a smell. And I was like, oh, and I walked back into this room and was like, yeah, it smells a lot in here again. I opened the window. He came in and he was like, oh, wow, it smells a lot in here. And I was like, yeah, like I said. So, love that. We love when the straight white men be making the straight white men look bad. I was just a hysterical woman until I wasn't. And then they shut the gas off. And then it took 10 of them to find the problem. It's fine. They did their job. They helped. They did their job. Most of them were very polite. Yes, they wore their whole big firefighter uniform with oxygen masks and helmets and oxygen tanks on their backs and full safety equipment. Yes, they did all of that. Yes, they stomped their dirty boots, all 10 of them, into my house. Yep. They trampled my front garden. Like, literally in their boots, they went all over the garden. It's like they stamped down intentionally. And they stamped my whole front garden down. It's probably fine. I'm not worried, but rude. They're supposed to have meters that smell for them. Yeah, so the fire chief did not have the meter. There were the 2 guys that were going around the house with the meter. They went into every room, even though I showed them exactly where. It's fine. They went into every room, and they didn't find it in any of the rooms except for my office, the kitchen, and then outside of my office. And just like I said, but yes, they did have, but the chief didn't. And he was like, I don't smell it right now. Do you? Do you smell it right now? Like full on, like, and I like, no, I don't smell it right now. Jerk. It's fine. He was fine. Everyone was fine. It was just like condescending, you know? I'm not stupid. Anyway, so now apparently the gas leak is fixed and all is well. Rohan is probably going to be upset for another couple of days. May is such a rough month for him. First I went away. That made him upset. Then Alex went away. That made him upset. Then this smoke alarm thing happened. That made him upset. Then all the people, or the fire department, them coming into our house, upset. Then a guy came yesterday to do a repair, and today. Then next weekend I'm going away, and then the weekend after that Alex is going away for a while. So like Rohan is just going to be in a rotten mood for the rest of May. And I can't even do anything about it because it's because there's too much change happening. Peekaboo is very fine with it. Like, she just sleeps wherever she is. When she was in her cat carrier outside, she was just quietly curled up in it. Rohan was screaming the whole time. But Rohan's reaction when he's stressed is to pee where he's not supposed to. So that's great. Unfortunately, he's back on 2 doses of his medicine a day. I have to refill them. Got his meds stocked up. Michelle, I have to refill them. I'm actually low. Today is the day I have to call the vet and get a refill on them. Alex reminded me yesterday and I forgot to do it, so I'm going to do it after the stream. But anyway, yeah, he's prescribed gabapentin twice a day, but we've brought it down to once a day over the last couple of months because he's been doing really well and he hasn't seemed to need it. We have to go back up to twice a day right now because he's very not cool with everything that's been happening. He's like not feeling it. He would prefer if we weren't doing it the way we're doing it. But I don't have a choice, bro. It's not on purpose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so unfortunately Rohan's not his best self. But once June comes, everything will slow back down again. He won't have to be left alone. He really doesn't like being left alone. And I get it, but he's also not really... I don't feel comfortable bringing him to a family member because when he's scared, he can bite and his bites can send you to the hospital. So he's a very friendly cat when he's safe in his own space. So I don't want to say like, can you watch my cat? Because he could hurt your pet. I really don't know. He won't hurt you if you come into the house and feed him, but I can't be sure that he won't hurt another animal. So I'm just not willing to have him be babysat by someone. I can do kenneling, but we haven't had to kennel him because we've only been gone for like 2 days. 1 night, 2 days. And that's been enough that he can just have somebody come to refill his food and water in the evening type thing. It's not an ideal scenario. He's definitely a cat that would prefer to always know what's happening and always have his people around. So like Alex and I were considering taking Rohan with us camping this year because he doesn't like to be left alone. And I don't know if him camping would be awesome for him or horrifying. Like, I don't know if he just wants to be with us and be active, or does he want to be with us only at home? I don't know. So maybe camping could be fun with him. I think Peekaboo would just sleep, so I think she would stay behind because I don't think she would care to come. She's already lived an outdoor life. She's not interested in it anymore. But maybe he could come with us, stay in a harness. He could have like a tent made of mesh, you know, so that he can be out and about, but also he could be in a harness on a leash. I don't know. I haven't really figured it all out, but anyway. All is well now. Not much to worry about, not much going on now that the heat and hot water are fixed. I am gonna have to mop again because that guy just came through the whole house with his boots on. But now we have hot water, so it's okay. I can fill up the mop bucket again with hot water. So I think I'll do that after the live stream. And then I will try to sit down and film. I don't want to, but I should because I have to have a video for next week and I need to finish filming it if I'm gonna get it edited tomorrow. So I'll try and finish that hat today. That will make me happy to see. And it's gonna be lined. I have this whole plan for it. I just filmed a bunch of it on my phone when I was sitting here. I was watching a movie or something, sewing the lining. It took me a long time, but I sewed it by hand, and then I sewed down the seams, and it looked so pretty. And then I was like, I didn't film any audio because I just decided to film it last minute, and I did it with my phone. But I think it'll still be useful. I don't think the lining is going to be like tutorial. I think I'm going to just sort of do a bit of a montage and talk over it because I haven't figured out what even it looks like yet. But when I do figure that part out, I'm excited to have that lining part done. Because I think a lining in a hat is going to make it just, you know, elevated a little bit. Which I love. I love having a handmade thing that's just a little extra.
Hey.
Did he just attack you?
Yeah.
He's coming again. He's on his way.
I know.
Why?
It's just that time of the day.
He's so mad at us right now. Just that time of day. He's attacking Alex. He's medicated right now. Poor cat. We still have 45 minutes. I may actually be able to finish this blanket today. No, I'm not. Will I? For sure we'll have it done on Friday. No, Rohan. You're not invited. That guy is wild sometimes. You want to see what the blanket looks like now? Hey. I rented my last home from the community fire department that was next door. So for 30 years, I've had them in and out for various reasons. They're a messy bunch for sure. They really are a messy bunch. They don't seem to care too much about a mess. They're like, we're here to save your life. We don't have to be worried about your floors. We're here to prevent the house from exploding. And while I do appreciate that, Steve, I would also really appreciate if you guys could just like wipe your boots off on the mat before you come trampling in through my house where there is no fire, first of all. There's no fire in my house. Let's start there. So really, we do have enough time to take off our shoes. That being said, I do understand that you're not going to take your shoes off because you're here to fight a fire. Melanie, I had a drama. The drama occurred on Monday. A gas leak. Nearly the whole neighborhood exploded. I saved everyone. The firefighter said we all would have died in a huge, gigantic explosion if I hadn't called right when I did. I had to call 911. Firefighters all over the place. 2 fire trucks came to our house. Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. There are parts of that story that are true, I will say. Like the part about the 2 fire trucks, that happened. The part about us almost dying, like, we definitely did not. We were not in any danger, apparently, at any point. But they did turn off the gas to our house. So really, there was something, you know? Something happened. There was a gas leak. No one was injured. Everybody's fine. But a gas leak did occur. Here's how far I am on the blanket. Look how cute it is. Look how pretty it is. Isn't it the prettiest? Gosh, thank goodness everyone is okay. Yes, everyone's fine. Everyone was always gonna be fine. I just smelled that smell from a gas stove. You know, like when someone's cooking on a gas stove? That smell. Very nostalgic smell for me. Smells like a childhood friend's parents' kitchen, you know? I know the smell. I'm not making up the smell. Anyway, they had to turn off the gas to our house, and then they had to do some repairs yesterday and today, and now we have heat and hot water again after having no heat and hot water since Monday. Now we are back to normal. Some aren't so hot in real life. She fainted for them so they would do CPR. Oh God. That would be so cringy. Can you imagine? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'd take me in for a psych evaluation. But anyway, everything's fine now. But there were 10 firemen in my house, as well as 3 representatives from the gas company, or 2 representatives from the gas company and 1 fire marshal, but 10 fully dressed firefighters in my house. It was a bit much. Also 2 fire trucks, sirens, bit much. A little dramatic. Like, it's not that serious, but yes, I'm glad they got there fast. Everything's good, but also a bit much. 10. 2 fire trucks worth of firefighters in my house, Melanie. Like, I feel like 2 would have been so enough. 2 of them would have been way enough. We didn't need more than 2 showing up. We got the whole force. Everybody who was working at that time decided to show up. Those guys love this stuff. Literally, Michelle, kind of. I think that maybe it's just a fun time for them to all get together. Like, oh, there's a gas leak. It's probably nothing. Let's all go, because then we don't have to do anything and we can just hang out at a house. Me and my buddies. Hey guys, let's all go. Road trip. Like, literally, 8 of them didn't need to be there. Adrenaline junkies. Maybe it's a real gas leak and the house will explode. They're like excited. That's funny. My lucky boots worked. Let's go. Save the day. Silly men. Also, all men. Just saying. I know that, like, yes, men strong. Men big strong. Not 1 female firefighter. Out of 10. You'd think maybe 1. Or the chief. Nope. All big boys. All big strong boys. Ready to fight the fire that wasn't there. Arriving ready for an emergency that didn't happen. Anyway, I appreciate that they were there to save us. We didn't. Maybe they did. They turned off the gas, so. Actually, the gas company turned off the gas, but the firefighters instructed them to, so. I don't know. I don't know who to thank. I was polite. That's how I thanked them. Save the damsel. I'm grateful for the people that do this because they see things I couldn't handle. Yes, of course I'm grateful for the ones that do this. I'm grateful that today was a day where they didn't have to see trauma and carnage. They just had to see little old me in my cute little overalls, looking cute and distressed while holding a backpack with a yowling cat in it. I am glad they didn't have to see anything traumatic today. Instead, they just got to hang out at my house for a couple hours. I'm glad there were no emergencies that called them away. I'm glad that today we were the most emergent problem. You're so adorable. I looked really cute. I actually did, and I wasn't even intentional. I just happened to look real cute. And then when they left, I was like, oh my god, I look so cute. Lucky them. What a cutie, with my little hair and my little black t-shirt with my little overalls. following them around, holding the buckles. Didn't even notice I was doing it. Following them around, holding my buckles. Like a lost puppy. It's all good. Lucky firemen. They got a good break, and I got confirmation that my house is now safe. I love you so much. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for enjoying the cringe attitude with which I live my life. I am just generally a cringy person. You know, I was going to wear my overalls again today, and I thought it might be too much. That's what you do in overalls. I agree with you. I thought it would be too much for you guys. I said to Alex, I'm going to wear these every single day. And he said, that's great. And then I said, I think I need to make myself a second pair of overalls so that I can wear them every day, because overalls are actually my final form. Every way that I've dressed up until this point has led me to these overalls. Like when I met Alex, I used to dress like a politician's wife, like a fitted princess seam upper dress on a either an A-line or a circle skirt bottom to a dress, always showing collarbone, always to the knee, like really like politician's wife to a T. Then I became a rebel. I was wearing fur and skinny jeans and a crocheted top, and I had a pink mohawk. And then I became a whimsical cottagecore lady, and then I became a swamp witch wearing like a linen dress. Now, final form, overalls. This is my final form. This is who I've always been meant to be. Every choice I've made has led me to being an overall girly. So I need another pair of overalls is what's going on. They'd look super cute with that sweater. They did look super cute yesterday with this sweater. I wore them yesterday with this sweater, which is why this sweater has brown cuffs. Do you see how brown they are? It's a pale cream sweater. The cuffs are now brown because I wore this outside while it was raining to garden. And Candace said, you wore a white sweater to do gardening? And what I says to her is, here's the thing. I don't wear my clothes according to what they look like. I wear my clothes according to how I feel. So this sweater was comfy and I was going to be gardening. I wanted to wear a comfy sweater. The fact that it was white had no impact on why I wore it. You know what I'm saying? So now I need to soak this thing in like peroxide or something. I don't even know. What do you get literal soil dirt out of clothes with? Just regular soap? I think it's going to need more than just a regular wash. I think it's going to need to soak in something. Thank goodness we have hot water again. Now I can soak it. But in what? What do you get? Mud. How to get out mud stains. OxyClean? I have OxyClean. Should I soak it? I'm probably going to soak it. I have this stuff called Ease Out, and it's amazing. Well, I have OxyClean, borax, washing soda, and then liquid detergent. Those are the options. You can get it at Fabricland. Oh, okay. Well, is it for wool? Because this is acrylic. So I feel like I can go a little rougher with it. But dirt feels like something that I'm supposed to do a thing to. Like it's not just regular dirty clothes. It's like got soil in it. You know what I should have done? Not worn a white sweater. Will that stop me? No. I'm not buying a new product. I'm going to be honest with you, Melanie. It's kind of one of those things where if I can't beat it out with a rock, then I better be able to use washing soda, borax, or OxyClean. It's for everything. It can get dried blood stains out. Oh, well, that's good for you for when you have to clean up after your crime scenes. It's super useful. Okay, another row. Another day, another dollar. All right. By the way, have you clicked the thumbs up button yet today? Also, where are my birds? Hello? I have 2 birds. Why are you hiding? I moved Thunder so that we could see you, but now you're hiding up high. Like, hello? Yeah, you, Gary. I'm talking to you. Fair. I use this stuff for everything. Let's see. What gets out a mud stain? What removes a mud stain? To effectively remove mud stains, start by allowing the mud to dry and then brushing off any loose particles. Then pre-treat the stain with a paste of powdered laundry detergent and water, or use a liquid detergent and a soft brush. Finally, wash the item in warm water with a good detergent and dry as usual. Consider soaking in a cold solution of water and stain remover. Okay. Cold solution of water and stain remover to start. Let's do it. That's what I'll do later. Maybe. I'll try to. I have a lot to do. There's a lot going on right now. I need to refill the cat's meds. I need to refill my meds. I need to finish my video. I need to wash the floors again because he stomped his dirty boots all over my, like dirt with soil all over my house because he turned the gas meter back on, which is in my garden. So he stood in my garden. That means another person stood all over my garden today. The disrespect. Anyway, it's all fine. My garden looks like a mess. My back garden looks amazing, but my front garden just looks like a pile of dirt. But it's not. It's a pile of dirt with tiny little seedlings. Don't overwhelm yourself. Good luck with that, Laura. Not overwhelming yourself. That's so me, to not overwhelm myself. I'm so good at that. At least this blanket's almost done. Did I lose the ball of yarn again? Yes, I did. Okay, I'm almost done with the white section. I think we have a couple more rows to do then. The two main things I gotta get done first, actually, I think I can get all of it done today. I think I can mop the floors, call and have the prescriptions refilled, film my video, and play in the garden. So, order of operations, play in the garden for 20 minutes after the live stream. That's how I decompress. Go out in the garden, play in the garden, come inside, mop the floor, finish mopping the floor into my section, leave the mop bucket over by the birds, sit down in my section because the floor is going to have to dry, call, refill the pills, and then in my section set up to film, start filming. The floor will be dry by then. Right after I start filming, I usually take a break after like my first 10 minutes of filming to just like center myself. I'll bring the bucket back into the kitchen, pour the water out, bada bing, bada boom. If I do it all in the right order, everything will work well. So I'll just do it all in the right order, no problem. It's easy to talk yourself up into that anxiety, harder to talk yourself down. Good call. Good call, good call. At least we have hot water again. And then that does not include washing the sweater, which I'm not going to do until it's nighttime, because what I want to do is leave it overnight in a bucket with cold water and detergent. So tonight, after I'm done filming and the day is over, I'll take my sweater off. I will fill a bucket with cold water, and then I'll do detergent and water on the cuffs, and then I'll soak the whole sweater in the bucket. I'll put the bucket into the bathtub, and that way when I wake up tomorrow morning, I'll look in the bathtub, I'll see my sweater, I'll pour the bucket, and then I'll put my sweater in the wash. And then the sweater will be washed tomorrow, and then it'll be ready for the weekend. Bada bing, bada boom. See, no stress. You just have to plan everything perfectly, and then it won't go perfect, but at least some of the things are going to be fine. Thank you for listening to me drone on about the mundane existence that is normal life. Thank you for being here. Mundane is not a bad thing. You've got this. You've got this, Melanie. We've both got this. We've actually, all of us have got this. Thank you. Thank you. Support ears. Yes. Thank you for parallel play and support ears. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being here while I get this blanket knitted. I want to knit myself another sweater, by the way. It's come to my attention that this white sweater I'm wearing is fantastic, and I need another sweater. It has come to my attention that it's time for a new one. What are we going to do? I don't know. Part of me thinks maybe I'll do every piece as its own color and then put it together using like white yarn, you know, like have one sleeve be yellow, one sleeve be blue, the front body piece be purple, and the back body piece be green. You know what I mean? Your community has helped me also. This community is an awesome community. Calling it my community it doesn't even feel true. It's our community. I can be here, but if you guys aren't here, we're not really a community. You know what I mean? I'm just facilitating it. It's our community. And this is, honestly, I get so much support from this community. I love chatting with you guys every day, but I also love using this community as like a place where we can all sort of plan our growth You know what I mean? Like, I like to talk to you guys about the plans for the future, even if it's just the plans for the future garden. But talking it out helps make it more plannable, realistic, better. Heck, we rock it. Yeah, we do. We're so awesome for each other. We're like a nice, calm space with your buddies where sometimes chaos happens, but we also just chat and make stuff together. I love having a group to work with. It's hard to find like maker groups to hang out with people who are doing crafty things. I love you guys. This place is always such good vibes. It is. Even when it's bad vibes, it's still good vibes. It's good bad vibes, you know? Sometimes the bad vibes are what we need for each other. But it's a good place. It's a safe place. As long as you're not mean to people, you're welcome to be here. It's a nice spot. I actually did get myself a little bit anxious there. That's funny. Okay. Lol. Talk myself into a frenzy. We do that sometimes. It's just what happens. Okay, now I have to count to 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we switch back to pearls. Beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. We are so close to being done this blanket. Thanks for the hearts. Love, love, love you guys. Yay, so many hearts. Speaking of heart, don't forget to like the video. If you have not yet clicked the thumbs up button, click it. The birds are close to the window, and whenever they rustle their feathers, it makes me think there's something outside the window, but it's just the birds. The bad vibes are usually the world is burning and we all feel the same about it. But it shows we're all good people that care about the injustice. Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it. When the vibes are bad, it's just us acknowledging where the vibes are bad out in the world. It's not us being bad vibes. We're just acknowledging that the world is on fire, and that's really hard. Totally. Maybe I can... I want to find a better way to purl. I haven't figured out the best way to purl yet. That involves the least amount of movement. I guess the best way doesn't have to be the least amount of movement, but that's what I'm determining. I feel like when it's around my thumb, I get a good grip. Like that. Just throwing my thumb over. But it's hard to keep the tension right. It's almost like, do I do that? Let's try. And then it wants to slide. So maybe it's almost like it needs to be coming behind my hand. You know, like it goes like this. And then it comes behind my hand so that it's always pulling forward. I feel like I know there's something and I'm missing it. There's something missing with purling and I don't know what it is, but I'm not good at it yet. And I'm not fast at it yet. And I need to become better. Be better. But I also don't want it to fall off. Maybe the ball needs to be over here. Like that. Hold on. Let's try this. But I still need access to my tension. It's the other hard part. Okay, this is working. The yarn being back. Okay, maybe this is working. I'm closing my work alone today for the first time. I'm a little sketched out, but I'll be fine. You have all the instructions. In a worst case scenario, you can always call the manager or a coworker. There will be a number for you to call if everything goes wrong. Surely everything is written down somewhere. You're going to be just fine, Melanie. But totally, it's sketchy doing it the first time. And it's going to take you so much longer than it's supposed to take you. They're like, yeah, you can probably get closed up in like 15 minutes. You're going to be like, it took me an hour, but it's fine. How's the new job, by the way? Good for you being so proficient in finding a new job. Like, you got the other new one, and then you were like, I hate it. And then you were just like, don't worry, got a new one. Okay, look, I've got a fast purl now. I've got a good fast purl. It just needs to be over my hand. That way I can keep, look at my speed. Look at how fast I'm going. Around, around, around. This is going really well. Cool. I'm very pleased with this new purl method. I think it's fast. Literally, I'm scheduled 15 minutes past close, and I told my manager, like, I won't be out of here in 15 minutes. Yeah, they don't expect you to on the first night. It's just not gonna happen. If you have to, like, count all the caches, I don't know how many caches there are at the store, but if you have to count the caches, that takes a while. If you end up having any discrepancies, figuring out where those are, I don't know what your job is like, but aw, thanks. My masking is great to fool people in interviews. It's a gamble whether they'll like me after or not. Literally. My masking makes me look like I'm exactly what they're looking for because I figure out what they're looking for and that's who I be for the interview. Who are you? Exactly who you're looking for. At least for this 25-minute interview, I'm exactly who you're looking for. And then also for the first 20 minutes of the next shift, the first shift, exactly who you're looking for. I can do it for 20 minutes at a time. I only have one, but I have to set a whole sail. Hold on. Only one, but I have to set a whole sail. I have to set a whole sail. Do you have to print out? Does that mean you print out the whole day's transactions? Because I remember doing that at I worked at an engravery store. Sorry, I've been so far from the mic. Do that. Sorry, the mic died for a second. I worked at an engravery store and I used to have to do that. You print out all the transactions at the end of the night. And we used to have to like highlight certain ones. Like if we did any returns, we'd have to highlight them. Only one cash to count, but I have to put the papers in the little tags for the new sale. Oh, you have to set a whole sale. I see. Ew, that sucks. I only ever had to do one section. If there was a sale, I only had to like replace the tags in my section. Ugh, retail. The monotony to me is also cool though. I liked working at Canadian Tire. I liked seeing the same people. I liked knowing what I had to do when I got there. I liked counting caches. Like obviously it's stressful, but I liked it. And also people can be so mean, but people can also be really nice. There was this one man when I worked at Canadian Tire who I think he had like Alzheimer's or dementia or something, but his wife would send him to Canadian Tire with an envelope, and the envelope had exact change cash for a specific item. And he would buy a specific item, and then he would give me the envelope, and the envelope would have exactly the change for what this item was costing, and he would leave. And every single Saturday, let's say, or Sunday, he would come in the morning, buy his weekly Canadian Tire item. It's like his wife would send him. I assumed it was his wife. It was like lady's handwriting. Send him with exactly good stuff. Funny story. After I got this job, Canadian Tire reached out and offered me a job. If I didn't like this, I would have gone for it. I mean, I liked working there. Canadian Tire was a fun place to work. I was in university, so I was kind of willing to do anything. It might not be the best place to work now, but when I was in university, that's where I met Alex. He was so hot, and I just wanted him to date me. And so I dressed so pretty. Every day I knew when he was going to be there. I had my makeup all done. I'd bring him coffee. I would just flirt with him. And then finally, he asked for my number. Finally. It probably didn't take very long, but it felt like it took forever. It probably took like 2 months. And I'm not good at customer service. I had applied to be the person who puts together all the display items. Oh, fun. That's sweet. Yeah. It was sweet. And then finally he asked me out, and then we finally went on a date, and then we've been in love ever since. And next week, in 4 days, we will have been together now for 14 years. He was so hot. I hope he isn't listening. No, I just mean like when I saw him, obviously I'm still attracted to him. We've been together 14 years. But when I saw him, I didn't know him. All I saw was he was so hot. Like, oh my God, that guy is so hot. I'm so interested in how that guy looks. And then, is there literal dirt on my face? Yes, there's literal dirt on my face. Cool. Love that for us. I thought it was a nose contour. Nope, it's soil. Anyway, he was bodybuilding at the time, and I was like 18, and he was just such a hottie with a body. And then I started talking to him, and he was so mysterious, and I was like, he is so mysterious. He's like, I ask him questions, and he like only answers the literal question. He's so mysterious. He barely even elaborates. If you ask a question, he like just answer it. He doesn't add anything. What's he like? What's he all about? Ooh, he's from a foreign country. How exciting. Ooh, he has a bit of an accent. How exciting. No, it turns out it's autism. Turns out it was just the autism. He wasn't mysterious. He was answering the question I asked because he's autistic. He just was answering as an autistic adult. But at the time, ooh, he's so mysterious. I can't read his features. He's like so unreadable. No, he has blunted affect. That's also from the autism. Wow, he like isn't shy at all. He just goes up to the people if I didn't like the lid on my thing, and he would go get me another. If there was a sample, he would just go walk up and get it for me without even any embarrassment. He doesn't get embarrassed at all. He's autistic, Laura, the man is autistic. It's fine. Turns out he's autistic. Took us 5 years to find that out, but here we are. 14 years later, still in love. Still autistic. Anyway, all I knew about him was that he was hot. Hot and mysterious. Turns out he was autistic and his special interest was bodybuilding. What do they sell? At Canadian Tire, they sell car stuff. They sell home stuff also. It's kind of like a shitty Target. What would you say, guys? Canadians, as a Canadian Tire, it's like a shitty Target if they also do tire work. Like you can get your tires changed there, but it's not a mechanic. They have a mechanic at Canadian Tire, but Canadian Tire itself is not a mechanic. It's kind of like a crappy Walmart. It's like a crappy Walmart, Home Depot, and Target if all three of those were crappy and one store. Home Depot, Walmart, and Target spun together into a crappy single store. They don't sell lumber. They don't sell food anymore. So they don't sell food, they don't sell lumber, but they sell like dog beds and they sell like Febreze, you know? Walmart. Kind of. It's like if Walmart, Home Depot, and a mechanic were all one store, but slightly crappier than all three. But Canadian Tire is amazing, and it's the first place we go to for stuff. Well, yeah, but that's because we're from here. I'm sure that the States has something equivalent that is better, because I feel like the organization of Canadian Tire is just not it. Furniture fixtures, fishing stuff, bikes. Yeah. And also tires and oil and windshield washer fluid, right? They also have a giant garden center. They do have a good garden center. That's true. All right, fine. Canadian Tire's pretty lit. It's pretty lit. I liked it. Now they also include Party City inside Canadian Tire, so you can get helium balloons, but don't get them from Party City. That's so stupid. Go to Dollar Tree and get your helium balloons there. They are cheaper and they are the same helium balloons. Thank you. Thank you. Alternatively, buy your helium balloon at Party City, but don't get it blown up there because that's insane. It's expensive for no reason. Take that balloon to Dollar Tree on a quiet time. You just think it's lame because you worked there. I think it's lame because I know how it works there. You know what I mean? Like I know how, at least at the one that I worked at, I know how like people getting returns. I know the loopholes there. I know how when things got damaged, how they were treated. Like I knew that sort of stuff. I knew how the rules were followed, and it feels like it was crappy. A lot of people call it Crappy Tire. Like that's the nickname for it. You know? Like Wally World instead of Walmart, people say Crappy Tire instead of Canadian Tire. Like my dad calls it Crappy Tire. And he still goes there all the time, so it's not like it's bad to him. It's true that I find it lame because I worked there, but I did find true love, and I met 2 friends that I still have contact with today. So, I mean, 3 people from my experience at Canadian Tire are still in my life. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good statistic. Do you guys not call it Crappy Tire, Melanie? Why is that so funny? Is that not a nickname where you live? It's definitely a nickname where you... It's a nickname everywhere. Candace, back me up on this. Canadian Tire, Crappy Tire. Look how pretty this blanket is. Okay, once I start hitting pink, after the pink, I'm going to be hitting blue, and I need to switch at this point to the rib stitch. Crappy Tire it is. Okay, cool. That's how I feel about the college I went to. Basically a scam school, but I found my partner. Nice. I feel like university in general is kind of a scam school. They accept everyone for first year, you know, in order to make you spend a whole bunch of money. And then after you spend a whole bunch of money, they're like, actually, you didn't pass this year. You're fired. But you've already spent 10 grand. So it's like the first year of university, the classes have like hundreds of people in them. And then in second year, the classes have like 20 people in them. So that makes me think first year university is a scam, because second year classes were like empty in comparison. I call some of the stranger people who stop at Walmart Ian's, who shop at Walmart Ian's. Why Walmart Ian's? Oh, Walmartians. Walmartians, I see. Sorry, Walmart Ian's. Walmartians. That's funny. Walmartians. That's funny. Okay, are we at blue yet? Okay, so do I have enough for one more row? I think I have enough for one more row, and then I'm going to be switching into the other way. I don't doubt it, but I've never heard it around here. Maybe it's an Ontario thing. Could be an Ontario thing. I mean, Ontario is a Canada thing. Because most of Canada is located here. What are you talking about? When you see the population maps for Canada, it trips me out every single time. Why is that exactly what effing happened? The 10K and everything. They tried to say I didn't graduate high school after taking my 10 grand for the first year. Because it's a scam. Because it's literally a racket. Universities are a for-profit company that we treat as though they are a government-issued agency. They are not. They are a for-profit company. So how do you keep a for-profit company feeling elite? You only let a few people graduate. How do you get a for-profit company to make enough money for the elite, for it to be valuable, even if it's only showing up as the elite graduate? This is how. You have everyone get into first year. You let them pay for a full year, $10,000, and then they either drop out because that's not how it was advertised, and or they are kicked out because of a made-up reason. There are 500 kids in a first-year class. There are 25 kids in a second-year class. There's no way that it's just like, oh, all these people could have done university and now can't. Seems... It's the kind of store you run into in your worst outfit in an emergency. Totally. Yeah. That's the best description so far, Michelle. Yeah, it's definitely a place where people run in dressed less than their best. But yeah, university is a scam. Not all of it. Obviously, post-secondary education can be really important if you know what you're going to do as a job, or if you have no idea, it's a good place to kind of learn about people, not necessarily about a career option, but about people. And I have my degrees. I'm happy I have them, but I left, like, they're not an education that was necessary for me to do what I do. That being said, I am glad that I have that experience because I met a lot of people there. I sort of became the person who I am now there. So I liked it, but I do think that there is some shadiness around the first year acceptance of universities intentionally. What's frustrating to me, though, is that there's people who move to attend university. So if that conspiracy is true and people are getting in with the university of no intention of having all of those people stay, then there's people who move to like different provinces. They move across the country and they have to move back home after. That sucks. Anyway, university shouldn't be a for-profit thing. It should be a public service, because it is a public service, because people who are post-secondary educated have better job opportunities, which brings up the social standing of the entire area. So, hello. Make universities free. But they can't, because then it's not elite. Then everyone's university educated. Yes, and then if everyone's university educated, the whole country gets to move up. Sorry, this is not what the conversation was started as, but you know, things get where they go. They go where they go. That's what this live stream is all about. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We're ready to do the border. I'm gonna do this row of pearls, and then the next row across is knitting, like normal. But the row after that, instead of purling, I'm just gonna go straight into knitting. Education should be for everyone. Yep, it should. It should, because the idea of the American dream is that anyone can do it if you just pull yourself up by your bootstraps, but not everyone can do it if it costs $100,000. But if it was just work hard and you'll do it, then it would be educations available for everyone. You just have to work hard. You know. I am so excited to be done this blanket. Am I gonna do Jenny's super stretchy cast off, or am I doing a regular cast off for this? What are we thinking? I don't know. I don't know the answer. It's just a blanket, so it doesn't need a super stretchy cast off. It's not like a rib stitch, but I do want it to be the same on both sides. And I don't know. What do you think? Okay, so I'm finishing my last row of pearls. I'm so excited to be done doing pearls. Like, they're fine and whatever, but how much I would love to never do a pearl. At least not often. Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we switch back to knit, and then we're on our knit time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're going to do a knit, and after the knit, we're back into knitting, but we're only knitting now. We're not doing any pearls for the next 6 rows. I'm going to do 6 rows of knit. Do you think I can finish it today? Not in 5 minutes. I would really like to, though. Wouldn't that be nice? The border looks so cute, doesn't it? Those are outdoor birds. You don't have to talk to them. They're not talking to you. They're talking to each other. Don't distract them. They're trying to do their bird thing. You're not from here. You'll confuse them, Gary. Oh my god, are you at the border? I'm at the border. And my phone is getting ready to die. I'm on the border now. So ready to be done this blanket. It's not long enough, but it's fine. It's fine. Yay, so proud of you. Thank you. It only took literally 8 weeks to finish, because I started it right before Elizabeth was born, and Elizabeth was born on March 15th, and it is now May 15th. Well, it's May 14th, but you know what I mean. A long time ago. No, ago. It was a long time ago. 2 months. But now it's going to be done, and I can block it and I can give it to my sister and I can say, it's done. Just a long time. Not a long time ago. Yes, it took a long time. I started it a long time ago. Oh, I'm so pumped. I'm so excited after this row to do the next row as just knitting across, because the next row would be a purl row. She will use it for her baby dolls. Aww. Well, I mean, right now it's big enough that if she's in her bassinet, this could be on top or underneath her. Whatever for safe sleep. And also in the stroller, when she's lying down in the stroller, she can have this underneath her. I think it'll be long enough. It's not quite long enough to do a swaddle or anything like that. Maybe good for a photo shoot. Maybe it's time to do an Elizabeth photo shoot. Aw, and then Elizabeth can use it for her baby dolls. I guess Alistair will use it for his baby dolls, but it's an Elizabeth one. Are we gonna like embroider her name or something on it? Should we do something extra like that? I don't know how to embroider on knit without making it super thick looking. Maybe I'll look that up this week. Hello? Hello? It'll be one of those blankets they take to bed with them every night. Stop. I won't survive it. That's so cute. I wish it could have been a perfect square. Too bad. There wasn't enough yarn. We only have so much. Surface crochet and E. Again, I'm worried that'll make it too thick. This blanket is so like, it's got such a nice drape to it. What do you say? Since I was late, what if I stay a little bit late to finish this border? What do you think? I don't think I want to leave yet because I think I still want to knit. And when I leave, I have to do jobs that I'm supposed to do. Or do I put it away and we come back on Friday to actually completely finish it, including the surface embroidery or surface crochet or surface knitting, whatever it's called. I'm gonna look it up. I think there's something I could do to make it look good on a knit. I was gonna say maybe do the one where you follow the knit stitches with another thread. That's what I think might work better. I just don't know yet. I'm gonna Google it, but I think that might work, where I just follow the loops. We have the border started. I hope I don't end up with a huge ball of yarn. That would make me annoyed. I don't think I will though. I think I'll end up with like a small ball left. I forget what it's called. It's not double knitting. I feel like it's embroidery, but like knitting embroidery. Embroidering knits. Duplicate stitch. Okay. I'm gonna duplicate stitch an E on here, but I think I'll do it on like a corner. Should I do any tassels or anything on it? Or just leave it as is, simple little border? Should I put a patch of some sort? Should I put a lining on the back side? It's like cheater color work. It totally is. Why color work to write the letters if I can just double stitch with a new color for my color work? Simple tassels get dirty and frayed. Agreed. Okay. All right, I say we finish it next stream. It's going to be 5 more rows. Each row takes a few minutes. So let's finish it next stream. Let me just finish the end of this row. I'll show you how it looks. I'd leave it just with an E. I think it'll be so sweet. Good. Then we'll do that next stream. We'll figure out how to embroider, double stitch, double knit, whatever. How to put an E onto this blanket after we finish knitting and casting off. I do have to figure out if I want to do a Jenny's stretchy, super stretchy cast off, or just a regular cast off, or maybe some kind of hybrid between the two. Every other stitch is Jenny's, maybe. Okay, and here is how she's looking, almost finished. Excuse me, choked on my spit there. Okay, here's how she looks. Almost done. Very cute. Almost a square. Not completely a square. Well, it should match the opposite side. I think it's gonna match, yeah. Pretty cute, pretty good, pretty cute look, if you ask me. Really cute colors. That would have been a cute sweater. Not enough yarn for a sweater. Not enough yarn for a sweater. And this is how much yarn we are working with. This is what's left. It will be a favorite. I sure hope so. Took me long enough to make, you know? 2 months of labor, she better like it. I don't care. If she's a baby about it, that's fine. She's a baby. And if my sister doesn't like it, that's fine. I'm not concerned. I don't make things because they have to like them. I make them because, oh, bye-bye. I make them because I want to. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming. I really hope you had an awesome day. I really hope you don't work too hard today, because you shouldn't. It is Wednesday. That is not a day for hard work, if I do say so myself. I am going to get back to filming now. I'm going to try and get that video done today for the crocheted granny square bucket hat. But I'll see you guys on Friday, okay? So have a good rest of your day. Don't work too hard, like I said. And thank you to everyone who is supporting. Thank you to everyone who is supporting the stream, who is supporting the channel. Here's the channel supporters. If you want to join, check the links in the description box down below. And if you don't want to support financially, then don't forget to support non-financially by clicking the thumbs up button. Helps the channel. Okay, love you. Bye.